It's Monday afternoon. You know what that means. Time for Stool Streams. Today, the war of 54 continues as 12 players step inside the Triple S for Jenga bragging rights. Who will prevail and who will make the tower fall? It is time to find out. That one out to create our second Tittleman's Crest. We will have the two best words in Jenga. A hanging tower just 5 blocks in.
You're definitely the most professional Jenga announcer I've ever heard.
Right. And that's the Jenga! That's the Jenga! 29 blocks in the books! And that's it! Marty Moshe Jenga! Live from Stool Stream Stadium in New York City, welcome to another edition of Stool Streams, presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer. He's Jeff D'Lo, I'm Jake Marsh. Thanks for joining us on a football Monday. Great week one, still ongoing tonight. We'll get to that a little bit later, Jeff.
Oh, yes.
But today, 3 great Jenga matches. The progressive jackpot resets at $500.
It does, yeah. You know, I'm sure people want some rollover, though there are some people, like you said, with NFL who have a lot more money on their mind. But today, 500 fresh dollars out there for what people are calling the most exciting thing going on in sports right now, and that is Jenga right here. Some fresh teams, some familiar teams, maybe some announcers playing today as well. We have a very exciting one. Very exciting.
No doubt about it. Let's go down the lineup from top to bottom, starting things off with a rookie. In fact, Jeff, a little nugget for you. There is one rookie in each match tonight, and the rookie in match 1 is Big T with Kate against Liz and Nick, and then we'll go on to Vibs and Hard Factor Pat against Mr. Cat and Mr. Commenter, and end things with Captain Cons and Tommy versus the legend himself, Glenny Balls.
We've done how many of these now?
This is Stool Streams 9.
9,
Yes.
correct. So Stool Streams 9, Glenny. I don't know if anyone will ever be more legendary than him with Jenga. Obviously, the very infamous touching of the block with 2 hands despite 1 hand being taped to the side of his body. We're going to be talking a lot about that later on. All 3 of those matchups are excellent for various reasons.
This is our 9th broadcast, but if you're new to Stool Streams, we'll catch you up right now on the rules of Jenga.
Yeah.
Jeff, of course, 1 hand at a time is important. However, it's a late edition, but there is a new rule today. There is no shot clock. However, the first 20 blocks of each match, each player will have 30 seconds to not take out a block, but to pick a block.
Exactly. In the beginning of the tower should, and I stress should, we've seen some faults before, should be the easiest part of the game, so why not put a little more pressure on them, make it a little more challenging, make sure they're flying in and getting the rhythm down early. Jake.
Right, and remember, back to the 2-hand violation. Remember, team violation. Violation 1, your partner must take out the first block they touch. Violation 2, option for DQ.
Correct, which the option, we have heard some people said they would take the win, some people say they wouldn't, but that first thing is the most important thing, with the exception of not knocking the tower over. I would not do that because you do lose, but after that, it's not touching it with 2 hands. It comes into play almost every match. I'd probably say in the last, out of all the matches we've done, I think it's come into play in probably every one with the exception of maybe 2 or 3. I'm sure there's an official stat somewhere, but it always trips people up. And it gets tense when that happens, so expect it at some point here today.
And with a rookie in each match today, anything can happen.
Oh,
Let's
yes.
zone in on our match 1 competitors. We mentioned Big T is the rookie in this match. He is partnered with Kate, who has a record of 1-1. On the flip side, Liz and Nick, a combined record of 3-2. So these 3 players, in addition to Big T, right around the 500 mark.
Yeah, they've all been in some rather interesting matchups. Nick was in the inaugural one, obviously picked up a win as well. Liz, everyone cheesing, seems to be kind of crazy. We saw our first required tablecloth pull where you have to yank a block out from the middle. The tower hit its limit last time Liz was in here. Kate's been in a couple big ones. And Big T, we've seen him in here before. A lot of exhibitions we've seen him with. And I think his twin might have reffed something recently. It was like a hybrid of Spider potentials. He's been in this room. He knows this room well, despite being the rookie. And easily the tallest person that's done this before, right?
For sure.
I don't know if we have that
6'6", 299.
I think he's 6'9".
All right, we'll see. But
he's
before
lying.
we start match 1, one more order of business. Let's send it down the stream to the 3rd member of our crew, PFT commenter.
Jake, Jeff, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here as you see me down on the field. Tonight, we see a new competitor Big T making his Stool Streams debut. And as you see him on the screen now, he is having the time of his life down here on the field. His diversity and his background of attending college, rooting for Tennessee. He likes the Atlanta Braves, and you see him tonight having a great time, the time of his life, down here on the field. Back to you, Jeff and Jake.
Thank you very much, PFT. Great insight there on our rookie.
Locked in. PFT not only has to do this in the silence, but he's competing later, juggling both with pure class and excellence, as we all come to expect.
No doubt about it. It is time to begin match one. The order, very crucial for questions 1 and 2 on the Play Barstool app. Big T, Liz, Kate, Nick. Big T, Liz, Kate, Nick. Big T, Liz, Kate, Nick. Let's send it down the stream and begin match one with the rookie, Big Tennessee, the 23-year-old out of Mount Juliet, Tennessee.
I feel like I always have to mention this, too. If you do lose in the first match, stay tuned because you can win a $50 Barstool gift card.
Indeed.
Just because you miss one doesn't mean you're out for the day.
Hey, Jake. Hey, Jeff. Mount Juliet, but I barely even know her. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you so much, Mr. Commenter. Off to a fire start, who will be participating in our second match later.
Well done.
But Big T, not acting
Big
like
T.
a rookie early on.
Nah, hearing the boos from the crowd, Big T early. He takes out the opportunity for a hanging tower where the tower hangs on one block. That's now, I believe, 4 consecutive Jenga matches where somebody took out the middle bottom block, which is just, it's unfortunate to
Right.
see. You want to put on a show. We know we're going to get it later from Big Cat, though. Big Cat will go for that bottom left and right block.
Big Cat
That's a good
Boulevard,
PFT
we like
do.
to call it. So
Yep.
there's Liz having no issues as well. And now we're here at Kate. Kate, by the way, Jeff, a little bit lower of an ABM, average blocks per match, if you will. Just 32.5. We've seen a couple of matches go in the 40s. Kate not involved in any of those.
And it's usually the first match. The first match, I call it the magic of the first match. Maybe not as much last week. However, most of the time, the first match, crazy stuff happens, and it is a marathon. But with the new sort of a shot clock,
Right.
the block pick clock, that may be different this time.
All right, so back to Big T. We mentioned making his Stool Streams debut.
This is an attack on the bottom third of the tower. This is incredible to watch. I don't think we've seen something quite like this. They're
Very
focusing in on those bottom 5 rows.
It's a Mount Juliet tug.
All right, Jeff, your keys to the match presented by Heinu and Hard Seltzer for this opener.
Yeah, the big thing here today, at least on the side for Nick and Liz. Nick obviously competed in Jenga in college. He hasn't played on the professional circuit in quite some time until he got in here to Stool Stream, so channel those skills and keep up with the chemistry for Liz. She's with somebody different every time. It seems to find a way to roll through at least near 40 blocks. SEC for Big T, I don't know if it has any relevance, but he's an SEC guy, so I feel like you're required to say that. And again, use his wingspan. He's very tall. I don't know how that comes into play, but you have to figure, use his height, use his wingspan in some way, shape, or form here to their advantage. Maybe the reach around the tower, do something crazy. We saw Psycho Shit the other day from our good friend Billy Football. Psycho Shit won him that match. Maybe someone can do that again. Oh, and there's the reach around from Nick. Look at that. Nick saying, I can do that as well.
Nick's partner in crime, KB, of course, has his patented Nuremberg nudge.
Yeah.
Nick with the wraparound, no issues right there to create a Tillman's Crest. Tillman's Crest, remember, it is when you poke out a middle block in a full slate to create that
the
hole.
game that makes him a man.
Yeah, Nick did play collegially ping pong and Jenga in college.
I may have screwed up.
His ping pong nickname was Nicky Paddles, I believe.
One thing you can't help but notice down here
With a Z, correct.
Utter swag that's dripping from Big T. I'm told that my mic's down. Back to you guys in the booth right now.
Well, we got the end of that one, PFT. It seems to be working
My
again.
mic's up again. What you're seeing down here on the field level is this swag that's just dripping, just pouring down Big T's legs. Look at the socks that he's wearing right there. One Nike, one not, both kind of off gray. They call that bone gray, Rams uniform gray.
Distracted. Keep working.
PFT with great zoot suit pants today, and you look like a plot point from House of Cards today.
Claire, now we must take care of South Carolina Senator Claire.
That's a pretty
Kill him by any means necessary.
Thank you, Mr.
I'm going to have an affair with my limo driver. It's going to be a male-male 3 threesome, Claire.
Thank you, Mr. Commenter. And Jeff, the state of this tower right now really is interesting because as Big T tries to extract block 8, there's only 2 blocks right now in the top 3/4 of the tower that have been nudged with.
And this is where maybe Big T's height is a disadvantage. He has to kind of bend and kneel over here to even see this block.
Put his
but
weight on the
when the
unbranded.
tower gets taller, the advantage is going to be huge for him.
Yep, the tallest player we have seen here inside the Triple S play Jenga, 6'6", 299 out of the University of Tennessee. Creates another full slate up top, and
Beautiful.
now it's back to Liv.
This is, I would actually say, Jake, this is, with the exception of the one match a few weeks ago where Jeff Vibert twisted the entire tower on the 4th move or the 3rd move, this is the most unstable we've seen it, still looking normal because this thing has wobbled a little bit so far, and we're only, how many turns in? This is the 10th turn, correct?
Right, this is approaching double-digit range. Remember, on the Play Barstool app, you go 6 versus 6. You win $500. Questions 1 and 2 are what's at stake right now. Mr. Commenter, you're down with our rookie Big Tennessee.
Down here, I've got Big T. I might be wearing the peach jacket, but he is the one that's popping his cherry tonight here in Stool Stadium on Jenga. Are there any nerves going for you right now?
You know, it's very cold in here. It makes your hands a little shaky. The tower is not in a great position right now, but I feel confident in Kate and myself. I think we're gonna pull this thing out.
Okay, he thinks he's going to pull this thing out.
No
Back
pun
to you.
intended.
Once I picked it, I was fine.
That's a little dirty from Big T. Getting
No,
horny police
talking
say
Jenga blocks.
send you
Talking Jenga
to
blocks.
erotic jail. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks so much, Mr. Commenter. And Big T seems to be comfortable in his debut.
He does, but PFT did find something very interesting there. We're not used to seeing the SEC in the fall make their way up north into this cold weather all that often, so that is obviously impacting him. He knows the first thing he noted.
No doubt about it. Going back to our previous point about the Play Barstool app, questions 1 and 2 on the app. We have the numbers. We just heard from Big T. He's actually the overwhelming pick to pull the losing block. 45% of the field. Liz at 25%, Kate 16%, and then Nick is the favorite at just 14%.
Crowd seems to like Nick. They did follow Nick, like we said, collegiately, so they have the game film on him there.
Back to Big T. Remember, if you're new to Jenga, you must go at least 4 rows down.
Yes.
Incomplete rows do count. So 1 block up top would indicate a row. However, there's 3 right now, so it's pretty easy to count.
Big T with a great tactic of hand behind the back. We've seen that come into play as being an issue. People touch 2 blocks. That's not going to be a problem for him, it seems.
We heard the stats on question
Time to
1.
pick a
Question
block.
2 is the total blocks as Spider
The shape of his hands.
Yeah, push
clocks in at 10 seconds to
Big T
zone in on a
and
block.
T
Try
Tremble.
another middle one.
6.
This one?
Uh-oh.
Some issues for Big T
Uh-oh.
early on.
We're seeing some panicking.
Countdown
down here,
clock.
guys.
Three,
He is panicked.
2.
No, it can't
What
be
is
that
he
one.
doing?
You can't do that.
1. That is your block.
And
right
he has
there.
picked a block
Uh-oh.
that is glued
That
in.
would be
Could
your
we
block.
see
The
an early
inexperience.
disaster?
He almost picked a block that was the middle of only 2 blocks. It would have knocked the entire
You got
tower
this.
over.
You got this. That's the way it's
Kate had
simple.
him move out of the way real quick there, saved him from disaster, but this still may be an issue. I don't see that thing moving at all.
Question 2 on the Play Barstool app. The total blocks, the 0 to 28 range, only picked by 7% of the field. So this could be an early
Maybe
shocker.
wiggle the ones on either side a little bit.
This would be a
seeing the
stunning way to start, but
inexperience
we're
coming in
seeing
here.
that PFT. We're seeing that shot clock come in early,
Yeah,
right?
you're seeing the inexperience from Big T more than anything right here. It was just a move of sheer panic. He was touching any block that would let his grubby fingers make contact with him. He settled on this one, which was not a bad pick, but he just had some real clunker. I don't know what's going on in his brain. He's having a bad brain day.
Worth noting, though, PFT, I think you can confirm down there, but the 2 hangers, the 2 single blocks in his
Yeah.
tower, are both
getting it.
facing where he's
No,
nudging
Big
the
T,
block.
hold on one
Uh-oh.
second. Big
Oh
T,
my.
We're
come
seeing
around.
multiple blocks come out. We've never seen that happen
Oh,
before.
remember, 1 block falls aside from the one you're taking out. It's considered a Jenga. Might not be the fireworks you're expecting to see while tuning
tell you
into
when
our
it gets
broadcast,
too
but
close, okay?
rules are rules.
He's chiseling with the grain. If he was going against the grain, though,
Okay,
and if he was
now
chiseling
I
to the
gotta
other
tell
side,
you.
I think we'd have a problem. And that thing may
Danger
fall
close.
out.
You're
Wow,
danger
that left
close.
side, you see right there, great work by our cameraman, Max. Big T has to readjust because, Jeff, if that one would have fell, that would be it.
Maybe a little
That
bit.
would
I'm
be
seeing
over.
something for Big T that you might not expect from a guy of his stature. He's actually very delicate with his giant bear paws. So just because they're big old ham hocks
You're
doesn't
getting
mean
it.
they don't
You're
have some touch
absolutely-
to them. I submit we change his name from Big T to Low T. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks so much, PFT. And
doing
Jeff,
great.
important to
You're
note,
doing
we're on
great.
block
You're
12
getting
right now. The record for low is actually 17. It was pulled by Rhea on September 2nd, but a Jenga here would, of course, crush that record.
The interesting thing is, actually, Jake, I think if he's able to successfully make this pull, it doesn't mean much for the tower. I think this tower can still last quite a while. His issue here is that 1 block continues to dislodge. So it seems as though he's glued it in a bit more, and I think he actually might have found some softness there.
You see on the near side of your screen, the block he's attempting to pull out, which would be a Tittleman's crest, is about halfway home.
Oh, his hat brim is getting real close to that tower, Jake.
Rocking the Tennessee Nike hat.
Well, see, I'm not so sure that Big T is his moral ethos and compass does not allow him to turn his hat backwards. So he might be getting to a point where the hat becomes a liability for him as a Jenga player.
That hat brim PFT, that was stunningly close to knocking the tower over.
It's coming out, though, and
Great job.
PFT, it looks like Big T is going to
Brilliant.
wrap around
Brilliantly done.
this hazard, has a full slate to work with
Yeah.
up top.
He's going to have to.
Just
Yep.
Ooh, cool as a cucumber. Call him
That thing was
Ice
leaning.
Tea.
You didn't rush, you nailed it.
They're going to have to look at that hat, though. That hat is definitely a problem right
And
now
look
for
at Liz.
BT.
She saw that other block moving off of
Cherry
Big
picked
T's error, and she attacks it right away.
Liz is an opportunist, if nothing else, on the Jenga platform here.
Nick told her to
Cold-blooded.
put it on the right side, not the middle, and said to make her squeeze it in, he said.
We haven't heard much vocals from Big T, but his partner Kate did say that he can be a little timid, but once she gets him going, he can become, quote, a firecracker.
He's a silent assassin.
Ooh, an interesting move
that.
by Kate there.
Toss.
Going
Cocky
a little
toss.
quick. Only has one spot to go with up top. And what would be block 15 to create another full slate. Can she do so?
I thought that was a dead fly on top of that block there for a second.
Indeed. And back into the square of
Wait,
doom
wait,
is
wait,
Nick
hold, hold,
Tarani,
hold.
but
Clean that up a
a
little bit.
late
Clean
call
that.
from our official
Wow.
Spider.
Ah.
Before Nick
Sorry, I missed it.
begins, Kate must clean up that top row.
Interesting.
Kate got a little
Looks
cocky
like
there
it was
doing
partly
the
due
Philly
to the
toss.
block that Liz had placed.
This end
Liz
one
had
here.
placed a sideways side bender here.
Ooh, rare.
I'll correct it.
You have
That's
to go
good,
with what
that's
the
good.
ref
Proceed,
says.
Nick.
So far, so good with referees. We know this room typically after about 20 blocks, people start to get very angry at the ref.
Meow,
Nick
we've
with the
got
full
the beginning
slate.
of a cat
Spider,
fight
not
down
one
here.
you want to start fighting with, though. Spider's
all.
not the guy to fight with.
We mentioned the team chemistry between Kate and Big T. Nick and Liz, they actually have a little bit of history between themselves, Jeff. He said that Liz and him actually went to a Tupperware party
Wow.
together, and they both love containers.
I believe that completely. Nick always looking for replaceable lids for his things when he brings them in. Not totally shocked by
I'd
that
like to point
whatsoever.
out He's making the
Big
ultimate.
T trying to
Oh,
chisel
wow.
out a Tittleman's
Look at
crest,
this.
6 rows down.
Wow, he went backwards hat, PFT. Can you confirm that's a backwards hat?
I'm seeing a backwards hat. It looks to be about 90 degrees, 180 degrees even, off of the standard traditional hat placement. You have to imagine that that Big T is really delivering a lot of shame to his ancestors right now, looking down at him and saying, Big T, S-M-H. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, PFT. Big T,
Big
though,
T,
he looks locked in.
Right.
This is like the Yankees showing up with beards. This is
Just hold
just,
it
you
for a
don't see
second.
things like this often. It seems to be going against all rules for the Big
Beautifully
T.
done.
How does that look?
I'm receiving
Fan base.
reports that Colin Coward has suffered a
No,
stroke
absolutely not.
tuning into this
Ugh.
broadcast and seeing that display of vulgarity from Big T.
The hat is back in the right spot, though.
All right, now back to Liz. We mentioned 2-1 overall.
Spider, your hair looks great.
Thank you, PFT.
She
Yeah,
said-
referee Spider did get a haircut. Worth
Yes,
noting.
Spider looking
Big glow. for
fresh
Spider.
as always.
15 seconds.
Nick trying to block out our
Uh-oh.
official
Only
Spider.
15
12.
seconds to
Trying to
go. and
delay.
it's
Oh.
like, no.
Not a useful move. Spider way
7.
too good to be distracted by that.
Gotta be it.
Move from the Big Ten playbook, I would say.
Now, Kate, I've noticed that you've been talking a lot of trash to Liz. Are you specifically trying to get in her head? Or is this just a storyline that I'm trying to come up with to entertain the viewers?
I think it's the latter, but I'm willing to play along with it.
You've
She's
been
just
going after Kate quite a bit.
yeah.
Right here, her claws are coming out.
some women can't handle
Is her
another
name
strong
Kate
woman.
or Cat? I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks so much, Mr.
Surprised
Commentator.
you could
Liz.
say
You gotta
right
touch
to the
him. Gotta
lines.
touch him. Hold.
Oh,
Clean that up.
Once again, Spider making sure each full
There you
slate
go.
is complete.
And it is. That's just good refereeing right
Yep.
there. That's why he's the best in the business.
Great officiating by Spider.
Liz, I don't know if you heard it, but Kate was saying that that outfit looks really ugly on you.
Well, you know, Kate doesn't have good taste, so.
Remember, that's legal. That is the lone block
Oh,
that
but
can
look at that.
fall.
Dislodged.
That right there is what you
Dislodge
call
the
Really?
block
karma.
below it. So now there's a block that's a
You've
bit
got a
off.
rivalry.
This tower starting to twist and
We
turn a
mentioned
little
it
bit.
earlier. The
Well,
block
well,
you
well.
extract as we
Rivalry
get
going
another
down
look
here.
here, Jeff. That's the only block that is allowed to
Mean
fall.
Girls.
Correct. Now, if another block had fallen during this pull from
That would have
Kate,
been it.
the game would have been over. But it was just her block, and there was one that came dislodged a little bit. And actually, the one that's dislodged is not a block they can remove, because if you remove it, the tower will fall over.
Right.
Got my heart.
It is one side of a Tittleman's crest, so that block is now one to keep an eye on.
Keep in mind, this being the 20th block, Jeff, it is the final block of our new rule of the 30-second rule.
Wow,
Nick with
underfinger's
ease,
great.
the one-finger tug.
The old come hither.
That was erotic.
Drops the mic on it.
Clean this up. Clean this up.
Not quite yet.
Clean it up.
Thank you.
There's got to be a lane for
tower.
the next block.
Sloppy top from Nick.
Oh.
Oh,
Lord.
big tilt.
We got a wobbler.
Big tilt.
We got a wobbler down here, guys. I am in the splash zone. Big T is doing the old woodpecker right now, and I got to be honest with you. This tree is going to fall hard.
Now, we're off the 30 seconds, right?
No, no.
Correct.
Oh, we are?
20
Shit,
was
can
for
I
the first
redo
20
that one?
blocks.
Big T,
we're good.
fall hard. That's what I said. Back to you guys.
Good catch there, Big T.
This thing is not
I just
stable
like
at
to
all right now,
keep my
Jake. I
arms
think it's hard to
exercised.
really tell on TV, but if you're watching
Take your
from
sweet
here,
time, Big T. Take your sweet
this
time.
thing is wobbling. It's moving.
Remember, this goes back to the beginning of the match when everyone was so aggressive towards the bottom half of the tower. Jeff just looking on a blind eye. The first the
Let's
bottom
work,
8 rows,
T.
there's
Come
only
on.
1 or 2 moves that you can make.
Yeah, not much else you can do, and your touches must be rather
Beautiful
dainty right
choice.
now, or you
60
will knock
seconds
that
to
over.
pick
But
a
a
block.
great find by Big T.
Big T
Beautiful
going with
choice.
those one of those very limited moves down low.
I feel like
The
the
first
rep is
ever
being
move, he eliminated the
especially
chance at a
difficult for one
hanging
particular.
tower. Now going for that penultimate row towards the bottom.
Big T almost a little too delicate sometimes.
No,
He's
Big
almost
T,
showing
block
off
him
how
out.
softly he can remove
Block
those
out the
blocks.
haters. And just once you place it, feel free to hold your hand on
Wobble
top of it
again.
as long as you need.
One
You know what I
place
mean?
to go on that slate up top. Nice look at our sky cam here.
Wiggle it in
So
a
we
little
need to
and
do
just
some
feel
landscaping
free to
up
use
top.
pressure with your height and just hold the tower down and hold it steady if
Now,
you
can I
have
move
to.
this one?
He can move anything he wants,
with
Jake,
the block.
but again, if he knocks it over, he knocks it over.
Right.
He looks very nervous down here.
This thing, if you look at the great shot from our sky cam, you can
Yeah.
really see how much that tower is moving.
This tower looks nervous.
Could we get another
I think
early
fine.
I
match?
think Big T's making the tower
Alright, looks
uncomfortable.
fine. You're doing a really good job.
Is the tower intimidated by Big T potentially?
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Should be.
We mentioned 17 blocks is our shortest match. The next shortest was actually our first match ever when Brandon Walker pulled the losing block on August 12th. 26 blocks deep.
Not shocking on who that stat is owned by.
Right.
He has one
That's
here
all right.
before.
Maybe
Via
it's
DQ.
On this side, tap it
Yes.
over a
It's
little
still
We'll get
has
to that a
go
little
one
bit
more.
later.
Yeah.
But now
That's
Big
all right.
T trying to
Put it
start
all
off
around
his
the
Stool
world.
Streams career off in the win column. Kate 1-1, Liz 2-1, Nick 1-1. So Jeff, the 3 of these other players really trying to separate themselves from the middle of the
That's
pack.
actually my place.
We have a couple people who are trying not to fall at the bottom of the standings today. So we'll get to those
Remember?
players in
Yeah.
a little while. We
I
have
don't
one.
know,
Oh,
If you gotta hold it
I don't
there.
know, Jake.
Mr. Smokes
That's
himself
okay.
will be
Yes.
showing up later.
Oh,
It's been great, delicate work by Big T, but the drop here is all that matters.
very smooth.
And hold it.
Nice
Oh.
move.
Yes.
Great job. Steadies the tower.
Beautiful.
Dear God.
Turn over.
Beautiful, Big
kiss
T.
him a little
That
bit. Kiss him a little bit.
Oh,
Clean
not
that up.
done yet,
Dear
not
God,
done yet.
Kiss
did
him.
it.
Spider's being a real stickler here. That's all right.
Whoa.
Beautifully done.
And it's
Let's
good.
work.
Okay, okay. I do
Pressure.
not want to be Nick or Liz right now.
Pressure
this is a
back
tough situation.
to Liz. And Jeff, we have some new sabermetrics in from our
Check one of these new guys
department.
up here.
We have a new stat, left block, middle block, right block, on how each player likes to favor each side. Liz has pulled an average of 3.7 middle blocks per match. Left blocks 3.3, right blocks 2.7. So she doesn't really favor one side over the other.
That's smart. You got to use all parts of the tower. You can't just focus in on those 1 or 2 middle blocks because then you find yourself hurt in a situation where you don't know how to extract things from the other side. Showing off that skill right here.
Trying to chisel up top.
That tower is shaking a lot, and now Jake gets a hang.
60 seconds to pick that block.
in different directions.
See that hanger about 10 rows down in the middle, making things very fragile.
Blocks chosen.
The top
Not great.
third of the
Not great
tower.
for me.
But Liz seems to have found a left block, also known as the western block.
She doesn't love it, but if there's an issue, I don't see it from up here. It seems rather simple.
It's out.
Yeah.
She has all 3
Expert.
slots to go with up top.
Expert
She
extraction
chooses
right
the
there.
middle. Jeff, what do you think of the decision making when there's a full slate to work with? Choosing the middle
Oh,
block first. Do you think it's the
shit.
right move?
Okay.
I think I think you just have to know that you have shortened the game by a move. Right. When you do that, you've shortened the game by a move, and it's probably smart when you
do that again.
Okay.
Because Kate almost knocked it over.
Okay.
When you're going for that middle block, make sure you know where you're putting your teammate, what position you're putting in for their next move. That's the key. The middle block seems like the easiest move, but it really is the riskiest because you're putting the game in balance.
It's extremely unstable.
22 blocks in.
This thing is tough.
Kate going for a Tittleman's crest. On top of a hanger, on top of a split vice. Interesting selection here.
Kate being very gentle, and she needs to be. One wrong move, this thing is gone.
Don't be mad at me, but sometimes
T.
you gotta fucking grip it and rip it. This is for John Daly.
Oh my.
Oh! What a move. Big T's fired up.
That is not a tablecloth move, but that is still impressive.
It is not a tablecloth move, but it's pretty damn good.
That's,
One of the better pulls we have ever seen here. Kate knew that pulling it out gradually would have likely knocked the tower over as she finalizes her turn, steps out of the box. There it is again on replay. A very quick pull of that block. It was the only thing she could do because the more she was slightly pulling it out, the more that thing was wobbling, and she recognized that with multiple hangers in different directions, that thing was going to tip no matter what she did. The quick pull minimized the damage, and now the pressure is on Nick and Liz.
Back to Nick Tirani. We mentioned 1-1. However, he has never pulled the losing block, and he said that is because he is not a coward. And there it goes! The old broadcaster jinx for the first ever losing block, and it's the second shortest match in Stool Stream's history with 23 blocks.
I'm sure we'll get it on replay, but the second Nick took that block, Kate's face lit up because she knew it was about to fall over. Nick did a reversal. He tried to push it back out the other way. Look how excited Kate is. She saw it. And then finally, Nick knew there was no saving, and he tried his best as he punched through the tower. And as you said, he'd never pulled the losing block because he's not a coward. The losing block falls because of Nick. Tough go of things there as it ends in a loss.
And remember, just 14% of you picked Nick to pull the losing block. Only 7% picked the 0 to 28 range. Definitely a hot start if you want that rollover on Thursday. But now we're going to send it down the stream in the loser circle, Mr. Commenter, with Nick and Liz.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate you kicking it down here. Nick, you have to feel awful after a turn like that. You have to feel like the biggest dunce in the world. I mean, there's got to be feelings of shame, like you failed at everything that you've ever tried to do, that you're no good, that you'll never amount to anything, that your parents are probably embarrassed of you, and that your children will be ugly and small and dumb. Back to you guys up in the booth.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Commenter. So, Nick falls below 500. Liz falls to 500. Still right in the middle of the pack. A missed opportunity today.
Yeah, it was a missed opportunity. I think we've seen very early now. I think people who are going to be maybe picking their matches next week for Jenga now know that that shot clock does come in early because it did alter the tower a bit. It didn't happen till later on, but we saw that one block that Kate pulled that dislodged another one. That ended up coming into play. The quick, fast pull by Kate ended up being the difference. Great move, one of the best we've seen here. Nick, unfortunately, they say to the victor goes the spoils. Whatever the opposite is, that's what goes to Nick. Tough to see.
From the losing side to the winning side. PFT with Big T and Kate.
I'm down here with Kate and with Big T. Big T, why do they call you Big T?
Big.
He's big. He's big, folks. Kate with maybe the showstopper, the best block pull that we've seen in Stool Stream stadiums since it began. Kate, what was going through your mind when you did the old crank and yank?
Well, it just really helped to have the height of Big T. He had a vantage, clearly, that the rest of us didn't have. He was able to tell me, hey, it's safe to grip it and rip it. So I owe it all to the height of Big T. And I also just hope, I already saw online, Nick's family and friends are really embarrassed and upset with him. And I hope that they can find it in their hearts to love him still.
I doubt that they will, but we can pretend to hope for now. Back to you guys in the booth, Jake and Jeff.
Thank you so much, Mr. Commenter. All right. Jeff, one match in the books, but this Stool Streams contest is not the only ongoing thing in the Play Barstool app. Go ahead and download it. Jeff, we have the new Pigskin Parlay with NFL.
We do.
You go 11 for 11, you win 25K. Seems easy, right? Not quite. There are 13 people who went 10 for 10 against the spread yesterday in the NFL. Here's those 13 people. If one of these people lands the exact Monday night score for tonight, they win $25,000.
High scoring for most of these people. It seems as though quick scan Ranko and Scrappy 434 probably have the lowest point. Ranko has the lowest point total, along with Doug Feller as well. But these other people, they have some rather high scores. Someone, actually, I can't say. I don't know. You could have a scoregami tonight. We don't know. There could be like 2-0. Someone may walk home with a lot of money, and guess what? You can do it again next week.
Worth noting, only one of those 13 people you just saw has the Giants winning. So we'll see if this time tomorrow, one stoolie is $25,000 richer. And while we are on the football topic, this weekend we had the debut of the Pro Football Show. Dave, Big Cat, Deion Sanders, and Casey delivered that. Here's a message from them.
No, we're sold out. No ad spots left. Pro Football Show is popping. Got nothing left. Hold on, calling the line. Sold out. We got nothing left. I'm sorry, we're done. How much inventory did you move? That's what I thought.
Follow me. Are you looking to advertise with the Pro Football Show and Barstool Sports? Well, guess what? Dave still is selling ads today. Come and check out all the things you can advertise on a private jet. 3, 2, 1, go. Dave, dude.
Listen, you snooze, you lose. We have no inventory left. The Pro Football Show with me, Big Cat Dion. What do you think? The inventory is going to sit around? We're flying around in private jets? You lost. I don't care how much I charge you. We got nothing left. People were faster than you. You lose. No inventory. Sold out.
You see this conversation? That's a look into the future because we're about to sell out. But right now, if you act fast, you can advertise with us for the Pro Football Show. We're going to be in Dallas every single week with Deion Sanders. Ever heard of him? You can advertise with us on our shirts, our hats, mugs, Dave's phone, the private jet, footballs. Spider will get a tattoo of your business on his face. We will literally put an ad anywhere. We don't care. Act now, otherwise this could be you.
I know your competition's kicking your ass. Well, they have a brain and you're an idiot. ABC always because I told those idiots. What do you think? We're the hottest property in the world. We're giving away the 2 biggest purse ads we got. You thought it was going to stick around? Moron.
Don't be an idiot. Act now. Call us. Let's do some advertising.
All right, so great start to that show.
Check it out Sunday.
Opportunities.
Also, the post show as well.
Yes.
They went live, which was fantastic on top of that. Don't watch all the stuffy shows. Watch this stuff. And then you get the extra show live as well on Sunday with Dave, Big Cat, and Dion. So don't miss that.
All right, so that is football. Back to Jenga now. It is time for match 2. Let's meet our competitors for our middle match today on the Play Barstool app. Questions 3 and 4. VIII and Heart Factor Pat. Jeff, they're heavy underdogs. Big Cat and PFT are a combined 9-0 in this building.
They are untouchable. Big Cat, probably the best Jenga player in the office. PFT, very good at Jenga as well. But also on top of that, he has lived in this room watching Jenga, breathing Jenga, and now he has the ability to go show off those skills. However, I will say he is in a very uncomfortable zoot suit today. And I've never seen anyone play in a zoot suit, so that could be a tough thing for him to have to manage. But yeah, they are going for the first ever combined 10-0. And if Big Cat is playing, you know this tower will be not very sturdy early on in the match. He will go for Big Cat Boulevard. He will go for those bottom blocks. And this thing, you have to assume, be a hanging tower. The crowd is going to boo viciously if he does not do his normal move.
All right, let's meet our lone rookie in this match. You know about Big Cat, PFT, and VIII, but our sideline reporter, Donnie, is with Hard Factor Pat making his debut.
Yeah, it's my first time in the arena. I'm pretty excited. I think I'm going to shock a lot of people. I think I'm going to make some big pulls, and I'm pretty excited.
So you're a very welcome addition to the office these days.
Thank you.
You're playing with VIII though. Do you even know VIII?
I don't know VIII well. Big fan of his series Lowering the Bar. He made me look like an asshole last week when I couldn't do 3rd grade math. But again, for those of you guys with learning disabilities out there, I'm here representing for you. Missed a lot of the 3rd grade, so it's not my fault. But VIII has small hands, and I'm really excited about that because I got these mitts. So I think we're going to be a really good, we're going to be like a good salt and pepper. We're going to be a thunder and a lightning together.
And what does the B stand for?
It stands for the beeve because I got this beaver tail going.
Is that like a larger rat tail of sorts?
It was an attempt at a rat tail,
okay,
but it really turned into a beaver tail. So today I'm the beeve.
Well, yeah, I like that. In the UK, Cub Scouts are called Beaver Scouts. Fun fact.
Oh.
Back to the booth.
Thank you so much to our rookie and our new sideline reporter in Donnie. Jeff, it is time to begin our match. Here is the order. Pat, Big Cat, Vibs, PFT. Pat, Big Cat, Vibs, PFT.
Pat Banks already? What is it? Pat
Big
Banks?
Cat.
Pat,
Pat,
Big Cat,
PFT,
Vibs, PFT.
Pat, Big Cat, okay.
And remember, the new rule, the first 20 blocks, there is 30-second countdown to pick a block.
See, that's something
You guys need to
Nature
get
told
in
me
the shot, I'm
yesterday
hearing?
when I was wondering why the first game went so fast.
That
Wasn't
that
aware
would
of
play to-
that.
Again, people joining
I
us.
was in a meeting.
Maybe people at work are in a meeting. They couldn't join, and they're probably stunned. Like, how is the first match not still going? I think the new shot clock may have altered some things a bit here.
All right, let's start things off with the rookie, hard factor Pat, the 52-year-old from Herndon, Virginia.
So,
Hey, Big Cat, can you stand not on the camera side?
Jeff, I'm getting vibes
Over
here.
here.
Remember when
Stand
Henry
next to me,
Gardner
Big
was
Cat.
scared to step into the batter's
Stand
box
next to me,
first at
stand
bat?
next to
I think
me.
that's what we're getting from hard
Right.
factor Pat here.
I don't know
Not,
who's talking
he's
right
not
now.
stepping into the square of doom just yet, and it's his turn.
before I go,
The clock is running,
I'm
remember.
one-handing, and then is there anything else I need to know?
It's Jenga. You play Jenga.
I played Jenga
You're on the
before.
clock. That
Okay, I understand that, Spider. Thank you very much.
Didn't sound like you really
A little
did.
testy with Spider early. We had no fights with Spider yet.
Can I touch?
We're always
Yes.
good for one with the ref.
Just with one hand.
If you touch it, you gotta buy it.
Touch it all you
I don't
want.
think that's true, Big Cat. I appreciate it.
Jeff, the chatter outside the square of doom begins, and there is some context behind this. Pat and PFT are
20
actually
seconds to pick that
hometown
block.
friends.
20
They've known each other
seconds.
since they were 12 years old.
20
Yeah, for
seconds.
43 years they've known each other and hanging
What do I
out.
do with it? Do I keep it? Is it mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
You are? No,
Two-hand violation behind the back!
I did.
What a look from Spider!
I didn't touch it, Spider. I didn't touch it.
Can we
Yeah,
confirm?
go to the camera.
Was that two hands?
it's gonna have to be a confirm with
I didn't
myself.
touch it.
I think we predicted this. That Pat was
We're going to get a look. Remember, it has
Oh
to be
my
I
conclusive.
goodness.
didn't touch it. I promise you.
Sometimes humor goes too far. Sometimes the jokes and bits
get the
don't
fingerprint,
work in your
kid out here.
favor.
Pat's a straight shooter. I'm
Oh
willing to
my
take his
needs
word
to
on
be
it.
We're going to get a look
conclusive.
at this. He went behind the back for a
Another arm,
joke.
Hands behind there. I mean, it's pretty much impossible for that not to.
Spider saw it.
Spider called it.
I mean-
Yeah, if you called it,
Spider
ruling on
makes the
field
call.
is a
Yeah.
penalty.
Ruling on the field was two-hand
That's
touch.
BS. Why don't we have more cameras in here?
Oh, now he's going
Spider
after the
makes the
I-
call,
I
not
saw,
our call, Jake.
I saw the
Yes,
block
Spider.
touch.
It didn't touch.
Call it before I go.
Spider has to make the call.
It was a two-hand touch. Proceed.
It was not conclusive to
Yes, it
overturn.
didn't happen. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a T. He called two-hand touch. So now
Vibs
Vibs,
looks very scared right
Vibs for the second time ever in this competition,
wow.
he will have to. His partner has gone two hands on the first block of the game.
I didn't go two hands.
Yeah.
That is the
Start wondering.
second time Vibs has been in this situation where he has now had to pull the first block he touches
And then what happens if
on
they
the
do it
third
again?
block of the match. If
Jazz
they do it
has the
again,
option
you're
for disqualification.
Yeah.
This is actually a good time to do it, though. There's
Yes,
way
no,
he's
if you
gonna
are going to have a
fail
two-hand
Right,
violation,
Part of
the
first
strategy
round is
sometimes.
when to do it.
Jake, I say it often. If you're going to touch
That's
with two
it.
hands,
That's
do
it.
it
That's
early
the
on.
block. Oh, he didn't touch it yet. I'm being told.
Now
This
he
is
did.
about
Now he
Vibs.
did. Now he
Okay,
did.
it's been touched now.
Oh, some more twisting.
And this is what happened the first time with Vibs as well. The tower twisted. I can't believe this. The bad luck for Vibs is here, but he seems to be having a much easier time now.
Coming out quickly,
He's-
twisting it clockwise.
Two
Wow.
of the three times he's been in here, his partner has gone two hands
tactician.
on the first block of the game.
Completing our first full slate and rewinding to Big Cat's move, he actually took out the middle block, no hanging tower again.
He did. That is unfortunate. That's 5 matches in a row. The tower will not be hanging. Big Cat always goes for the left and right blocks. Not this time.
Jeff, your keys to the match presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer.
Don't listen to Big Cat. Don't listen to PFT if you're Vibs and Pat. Plain and simple. I think it already got in their head as we saw a first touch on that immediate block. And then, you know what? I was going to say attack Big Cat Boulevard there at the bottom, but I think maybe
How
do
many
some
Jenga
psycho
matches have you
shit.
guys played together?
They did groom
You
Billy
and PFT?
Football, and last time we saw that psycho shit helped
Okay.
out
Well,
for Billy Football.
You've been winning with him and with me.
I don't know if PFT will go with psycho shit this time.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like it was like
Okay.
All right, back to hard factor Pat, who made a
Guess
violation
I
on
was
his
kicked off the
first
team.
ever
You get to
touch.
keep it now.
good block.
You get to keep
We've
it.
seen $20 Chef do that
turn,
before
right?
with
Yeah, you put
Vibs
it on
as
your
well, as you noted earlier, Jeff. And remember, one more two-hand touch, Big Cat and PFT can take the option to win by DQ.
They can, though. I think Big Cat said he would never do that because he saw Brandon Walker did do that at one point.
Yeah, but the thing is, like we've all said that, we're all giant hypocrites, though.
Yeah, they've never been put in that situation.
Yeah.
Another quick move by Big Cat.
It's
Clean-
not the
clean that
bottom
up.
block, Jake, but the third row is a hanger now. So it's still a fairly unstable tower early.
No doubt about it. Now going back to VIII, who favors the left side. An average pull of the left block of 3.5 left blocks per match. And he starts a new slate up top on the eastern side.
Ooh, kicking the feet up.
Back to Mr. Commenter.
use
Going
those
back to
shoes,
that
PFT,
relationship
really use
between
those shoes.
Pat and PFT.
Zero
PFT
hesitation.
said that Pat's
Light work.
nickname in middle school and high school was Mr. Unathletic, which is a tough nickname to have, especially if you hang out in their friend group with a lot of unathletic folks.
PFT also a free agent right now in the NFL. Some teams are kicking problems. So want to note that he's a professional football player.
It's actually wrong,
I am
Jeff.
not a free agent. I've opted out of the 2020
Right.
NFL season. I'm focusing on my XFL career.
Yeah.
But if an NFL team calls me,
Okay.
I'm not going to say I'm not going to pick up the phone.
Door is open.
But I'm
Barely.
opting out. But if they want to call me,
Yeah.
we'll talk.
Nice
Oh,
twist
wait.
from PFT.
Screen door is closed. Door is open.
Exactly.
Yep, go ahead.
Jeff, going back to the play, Barstool app.
I'll play.
By the way,
You're trying to trick
after one match, we had more than 13,000 submissions. Only 142 remain for the progressive jackpot. Question 3 and question 4 are what's at stake right now. Pat the rookie, who's inside the square of doom right now. The overwhelming pick to pull the losing block at 41%. VIII, his teammate, right behind them at 34%. Only a quarter of the fields have Big Cat and PFT pulling it. 14% for Big Cat, 11 for PFT.
And remember, if you are defeated, if you're 0-2, stick around. Don't turn this, 1, because it's compelling, and 2, because you can still win a $50 Barstool gift card. So you are alive no matter what right now if you're 0-2.
His look?
Easy.
Look at this
Lemon
pull.
squeezy.
Big Cat
Easy
twist,
pull.
and we're going to send it down
Whoa.
the stream with Donnie.
Oh, that's a drop block. Yeah, we're here with Pat. They wanted me to describe your look.
Okay.
But I think you've already made that very clear. You look like a beaver.
My look kind of speaks for itself, but you can go at me if you want. I like to call it sex.
Yeah, clean that side.
You look sort of like Riff Raff's brother.
Yeah. I'm like
Have
Riff-
you heard that?
Yeah, I've heard that before. Riff Raff doesn't have a brother, so that's on you guys. Look up your Wikipedias on Riff Raff before you start trying to cut at me. You know?
Whoa.
Is there a name for the chin fuzz? Because that's on a full soul patch. It kind of.
Well, these are my paddles. I like to think of them like on a what is it? Pinball machine, right?
Oh,
And then
yeah.
This is just my Fu Man, baby. I like to keep it thin. I like to keep my mustache thin. Oh! Look out
Donnie,
there.
hate to interrupt there, but PFT's struggling a bit right now.
No, he's not doing so good.
Fine.
I don't know.
He likes to take his time.
He's fine.
He's using the block
But
with
how
a
much
tool.
time does he have?
Shut up. He's fine.
He already picked a
Unlimited
block,
now, yeah.
remember.
So yeah, it's only a shot clock on picking the block.
Correct.
Yeah.
For the first 20.
Is the suit going to come into play? You change out of your suit to play
I did.
ping pong.
There was some
I think we should keep the shot
noise
clock for the whole
about
game.
that. But
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
There you go, Hank.
PFT
There have been
is 2-0
a
in
lot of quick
Jenga
picks.
and has
Should
the
we do
best
that?
record overall in
Focus
stool streams,
Focus on the blocks,
5-0.
not the rules.
Big
I'm
Cat
being
is
told.
4-0 in stool streams. Combined 9-0. Heavy
I was
favorite.
just saying
Yeah, I think
something
PFT,
fun.
I think at one point did he
Being too
destroy me in
uptight.
ping
He
pong?
said-
Was that
Yeah.
last year?
That was no.
Possibly
Jake
both.
Marsh
Yeah.
isn't actually wearing dress pants.
I honestly forget, Jake.
Yeah.
I know Jeff knew. Jake,
Kind
are
of
you new
messing
too?
with my brain.
Yeah.
No.
How many do I?
Nude?
Yeah, Jeff is nude from the
Correct.
waist down.
No pants up.
Spider?
That's what the D stands for.
Yeah.
4 down.
It's the D in
Back
nude.
to Pat.
This could be no. Okay. Not that one. Nope.
You heard him tell Donnie he is known as the Bee.
Little movement there.
The beeve.
That's why he's got the B.
You're loving that, big cow. Just let's see. Just getting my.
Pat
I look like-
mentioned his mullet as well. He said he might use his mullet to whip
15.
out a block.
I think
Which would be
Well, we saw Big
risky.
T almost knock the tower over with his half.
go
brick.
there?
Row, yeah.
Fourth row.
Sort of look like
Yep.
Guy
Watch out,
Fieri's troubled son, who's been in and out of juvie.
Watch out, Pat.
And
This retiring's going to be tougher than it looks.
Jeff, a friendly reminder, there's a lot of things going on outside the Square of Doom. If you miss a basketball shot or any prop enters the Square of Doom when it's not your turn, we get another look here at Big Cat.
Whoa!
It would be a violation if the ball enters the Square of Doom.
Little globetrotter move there by Big Cat under the leg. Caught it though. Has that skill.
a lot of quick
We've seen
picks
some
by Big
players
Cat. Zero
though
hesitation.
Very
throw. We've seen
decisive.
some players throw things in there. It's a couple infamous matches we won't even
Yes.
talk about. We were so disgusted, Jake.
Oh, love that.
It
Vince.
almost distracted people. You cannot do
Love
that.
We may not throw anyone under the bus. However, Jeff, we can tell everyone to go to our YouTube page
Welcome to the
and
game,
figure that
Vince.
out for themselves. The entirety of every match we've
Glad
ever
to have
done
you.
here inside the Triple S is
That's
available on
a
YouTube.
lot of
Watch
pressure
the
on
streams
this
and
poll
see
here.
and Jake which one we're
A lot of
talking
pressure
about.
on this poll here.
You'll know right away.
All right.
People would use their teeth when they're trying to take
Back
out
to
a wood
Mr.
block.
Commenter.
I
We
don't wanna
mentioned
zone.
question
PFT,
3,
watch
PFT
the
the
box, one man
favorite.
at a
Just
time.
11% of the field
You
taking
came
the
in a little bit
losing
premature
block.
there.
Question 4.
I knew that.
37 to 40 total blocks is the favorite at 35%. And the last range we saw in our first match, 0 to 28, is actually the underdog in this match at 6.85%.
PFT just got a bit of a talking to from Spider. Said he entered the box too early.
He's right.
It's a very shaky
Yeah,
foundation
here it is.
right
Let's
now.
see. Way too early for PFT, but doesn't care. Acknowledged it. He's a good competitor. Has moved on.
I have too much respect for the stadium.
Check some of that
Let's
action.
tone down the blowing on the blocks. We are in the midst of a pandemic.
He just got yelled at again by our sideline reporter, Dr. Donnie. Noted doctor.
The rookie going on his knees right now to try to take out block 17. A Jenga here would be the shortest match ever.
Don't say that.
I think Vibbs was involved in the short
15 seconds.
It was Rhea
That's the type of thing that would fall
Rhea
under
Trent
that.
versus Chef
Yeah,
Vibbs.
Chef
Yes.
Vibbs.
14, 13,
Look at you the same.
12,
You're the
11,
Mr. No J.
10,
Can't last so long in the Jenga
9,
game.
Some
Oh,
more twisting from
Oh.
Pat.
7,
Wood game.
not a big deal
Six.
actually. It didn't seem to be a big deal. A little bit of a twist though. That will come into play later for sure.
He did twist it.
So Pat with a successful turn here, but Jeff, let's rewind to his first turn.
All right, let's see if
violation number 1
Big
on
Cat
turn
can
1 or
continue his
earlier
tradition
on.
of quick picks.
No, there's a violation.
Once again.
PFT stepping in. I mean, PFT stepped in a solid 10 seconds too early. Can't do that again.
Can we get that
Must
flag?
be aware.
Can we get that flag?
I think he's doing hand up. That's on me.
I just went.
I mean, Big Cat
Big
pulled
Cat's done
one
already
in that
'cause he's
time.
fast.
while
Kind
the
of like
replay was
when a
rolling.
NBA player commits a hard foul and they put their hand up.
Well,
Yep,
I
I
t-
know.
They know. Big Cat going during the replay. They're very quick. Easily the quickest competitor. The Nike spark time on that, very quick.
I was trying to stop him.
I like speed. I'm built for speed.
You are, man. You give 0 fucks. You go in there and you kind of just will that block
What?
out.
Well, because if you think about it too much, you'll fuck up, right, Vibbs? Mm-hmm. Like right now, you're probably thinking about it too much.
You have to wait until the replay is complete.
I didn't know there was a replay.
I was trying to stop you.
Yeah.
Give
He
him
didn't know,
time.
Spider.
I
didn't
know.
know.
I know.
We want to respect the officials at all costs.
So it's back
Of
to
course,
Vibbs.
What do
if
you
you
want
tell
me
me
to
there's a
do? What do you want me
replay,
to do?
I won't go. That's my bad, Spider.
All right, brief delay. So
Got
a
it.
warning.
That was a lot of
Big
thinking
Cat
you had
for
to do there, Vibbs.
going
I'm in a
too
nice
quick.
little mental palace
Jeff,
right
it's
now.
important, of course. Big Cat
Vibbs-
likes pace of play, but you don't want to go too fast.
Correct. You do have to wait for the replays, and you have to wait for Spider, but they were still respecting him, and we like to see that
Yes.
because I will say this: not only do I like seeing Spider respected, you don't want to mess with Spider.
It wasn't. It
So,
wasn't
Vibbs,
even
you have
a cool
spent
block.
most
It was
of the
so
morning
fast.
eating.
It was so fast, it wasn't
Yes.
even worth it. Oh,
You have spent
Wow,
most of the
hot
morning
dogging
eating
it.
pig brain.
Correct.
Have you been feeling that in your own brain? You think it's going to give you a mental edge?
I think I got
Yeah.
the pig's
What
like
about that sucker?
energy and spirit in me, so I think I'm part pig right now. I'm pretty
Very
good.
close
Feeling pretty
range
good.
right now, Jake.
Let me finish my turn now.
Yeah.
Jeff, that's an interesting move by Vibbs.
brains
Some
are better
players
than
try to
one.
block out the broadcasters.
Shaky.
Some clap back at them. Vibbs was embracing it.
Yeah, he
and
liked
going
it.
interview
This one was
mid-turn.
shaky
That was a
already.
He liked
checkmate
it.
right there, if you ask
This
me.
one is shaky already.
This tower, not sturdy at
Is that the
all.
one, PFT? You want that
Yeah,
one?
that
For
you
sure.
got this, dude.
You want that one?
The final
Whoa.
block of the time
I don't know
clock.
if that one.
This would be the 20th.
What about? That one's better. Yeah, you're right.
Obviously, time clock's still there, but much longer after
20
this turn.
seconds.
Oh yeah.
30
Uh-oh.
seconds for
What
the
is it
first
counting
two.
now,
As we have a
Spider?
hanger on top of a split
15.
vice.
Ooh, now
It's counting down.
Very
What is
ugly.
it now, Spider?
Ugly tower at the
Oh,
top.
yeah.
Middle is the
and-
place
and
to
he
go.
finds it.
Yeah, middle is the
And he
place to
finds
go.
the window.
I found it. This is my bitch.
That was easy.
PFT going with the east side. By the way, that is his most favorite side.
here's
An
the hard
average
part,
4
PFT.
right
Here's the
blocks
hard
per
part.
match for PFT.
Oh, is it?
Shit's easy.
Be a real shame if I
2-0
were to
overall.
stack it on
Oh,
this
wow.
side.
Jenga, 5-0.
We don't play the gentleman's game.
Great
Triple S.
read
That's
tower.
tough.
He's just setting me up.
We don't play the gentleman's game.
Some people do go for
Hey,
sportsmanship and they'll
I'm
put
right
it in the
here
middle, but he
I
has
know
now
that.
given
I always know that
Is
you're
that
right.
Pat
good or
a
bad?
very
You're
hard
gonna
thing to
win
do
right
here.
Here to win on
Am I
the way.
okay?
I got great eyes.
Back to the top of the
Right now.
order to the rookie Pat. Out of Blue
Ooh,
Ridge
he
Community
doesn't like that.
College.
Oh, no, he's been
Mountains.
striking out all over the tower.
Just touching him.
He's touching a lot of blocks
Where
here.
is it going to be? Where is it going to be? Find the sweet spot. Massage
Did he?
the tower.
It's closed. Now he's
Goes on the
There it
east
is.
side.
Work
And
the
has
wood.
the easy opening.
He's got it.
Tough re-tower here, though, Jake.
Only one spot to go. You see on our sky cam, he's going to have to do
Fill
some
the gap.
extra yard work up top.
Ooh. Watch out. Get in there.
He made a good move there, though. The rookie's showing off some veteran skills.
Careful.
You gotta test it first. You gotta prime it. You can't just go in. You know what I mean?
Good job.
Oh, girl.
And he slides it in to create another full slate. Back to Mr. Cat. Big Cat, by the way, Jeff. He may be undefeated, but he is blaming you for a tough football pick. Oh, my goodness!
A little too confident.
Oh, my goodness!
Oh, man.
A shocker inside the Triple S. Big Cat's first ever losing block.
Confidence kills.
Another quick match.
You were talking about
nowhere.
You were talking about me jinxing him yesterday, and then you jinxed him mid-turn as well. The announcer jinxed twice today, Jake.
That's Jake.
Wow.
People twice.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You told me to include the fact that Jeff.
No, I did.
That was a double jinx in there. Unbelievable.
Fuck. I pulled that same exact block a million times.
Wow. A stunner inside the Triple S.
The
21
most shocking
blocks.
upset we have ever seen inside Stool Stream Stadium. He knew it.
Really?
He was furious.
Big Cat hurt
He hurt himself.
Big Cat.
Oh,
he hurt himself, Jake. He's hurt.
I'm with the losers.
Yeah, I hurt myself, so
Yes.
I think that should count.
Big Cat, you were an early MVP to win the match. Zero hesitation.
You know,
full
that
block,
was
full
the
block.
worst.
Do you think you maybe got a little too confident?
No, I'll actually be totally honest with you. We're back into football season, so I slept about 4 hours last night. I feel a little loopy in the head.
Brain fog.
But I thought I should have. I was worried about myself today, but I definitely should have gotten farther than that. So that's fuck up. That's fuck up.
You may be the big cat in this office, but when you come into the Stool Streams room, sometimes you're just a medium-sized run-of-the-mill dog.
Damn.
That hurts, Donnie.
That was brutal.
Yeah.
A brutal.
Hey, Donnie.
So,
Fuck.
did you see that coming? I mean, when I played with Big Cat, we won.
Listen,
but
first and foremost, I'm not concerned about the Jenga game. I'm thinking about Big Cat's health right now. Obviously, his leg is torn up. You saw it on the last pull. Right as he started to do that, it should have been an easy pull, right? Make it 99 times out of 100. But his calf locked up. Both of them probably locked up. So right now, we're just hoping for the best news from the doctor, and then we can worry about the game later.
thank you, PFT.
Yeah.
Back to the booth.
Thanks so much, Donnie. And that's just a shocker. We've had the Glenny Ball stuff, which we'll get to a little bit later, but nobody expected Big Cat to go out this early.
You hate seeing it because of injury, too, but quite the upset on the other side. Once again, VII's team that has a violation on the first block ends up winning the match. I don't know how he's escaped both times, but it's starting to become a thing that VII's might have that luck. After a tough first loss with Robbie Fox, he had to pull the violating block after his teammate had made a violation on the first block. Now twice, walked away a winner each time. After this time, Big Cat with a stunning, stunning block pull that knocked the tower over in this huge upset.
You heard from
Unreal.
the losers. Now back down the stream to the winners. Donnie with Pat and Vips.
How's it going?
You know what?
Wonderful victory, but do you feel like maybe Big Cat lost that game and you guys didn't really win it?
I feel like there's a lot of shit talked, a lot of me being a rookie. I think I was favorite to pull the falling block. I think people forgot that Vibbs is on my squad with his sweet strategy and his small hands. And he absolutely destroyed. Big Cat said he hadn't slept. He slept 4 hours last night. That's a luxury. I haven't slept in 2 days. So I think we have a team that's going to make a run here, if you ask me.
Big run.
I don't know what they mean by making a run, Jake, because that is the last match of the day. But I like the confidence. For those confused, no, they're not going up again, so there's no run today for them. It's over. They are 1-0, though. And again, in probably the biggest upset we've seen in this room, despite the fact Big Cat might have been injured. But, Jake, I'll tell you what. I jinxed him yesterday. You were in the midst of saying I jinxed him yesterday, and then you jinxed him mid-turn. 2 announcers jinxed today, though. I'd hate to be the team that you're talking about in the next match.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. We're just
You and I, the jinx guy.
Just trying to
Good
do
Lord.
our jobs. So
We
2
are, yes.
matches in the books, and now it is time for our main event. But before we introduce our match 3 competitors, let's zone in on one of them, a name of Glenny Balls. His first match, the first ever player to get disqualified. You see 2 hands right there. But Jeff, He was not happy.
Let's go.
However, Mr. Balls would get the
Listen.
last laugh
I'm gonna
going the
tell you
extra
when to
distance
go
last time.
and when-
Yeah, he was not happy. I can't even repeat some of the things he said. Very colorful language. He was an angry man. Angry Balls he was. But then Glenny Blocks was born in the next match. The violation happened here as he touched the block with two hands, despite the fact his left hand was taped to the side of his body, but he gets the last laugh, as you said, as revenge on Brandon was sweet as Brandon Walker pulled the losing block, and Glenny Blocks was born the most legendary player we have ever seen in this room, and he's back with his partner in crime, the double vodka Don, who goes from rookie to seasoned 1-0 vet. This, like you said, the main event. What will Glenny Balls do next? Looking very tan today, might I add.
That's Glenny Balls. Let's meet the foursome that will be taking on each other in the Triple S right now. Tommy Smokes desperate for a win.
Tommy is defeated in this room. Different competitors. He's been in some great matches too. It's not like he's just pulled the first block and has lost. It's just come down to the luck of the draw not been on his side. Khan's making his debut. Khan's got to be a big games and hobbies guy. Like, it just seems like this is the type of thing he does at the Jersey Shore in the summer with a drink in hand. And then we already know the units here: Big Ev, Glenny, the most electric team we've seen yet, coming back for more. I'm excited. And there's a new roll of tape down there. I can see it being pulled. Glenny will be taping his hand once again. It didn't matter whatsoever last time, but he seems to be doing it once more as his left. I assume the left hand will go to his side with the tape.
All right, let's take in a look at what Glenny Balls and Big Ev have up their sleeves right now.
Yeah, will he tape it to his skin? He did that last time, which seemed painful and unnecessary. And also, doing this does eliminate the ability to switch hands. He had to maneuver the tower a bit last time because there were spots where he just couldn't attack it with his right hand. And there he is, going left hand taped to his body, so he doesn't make that mistake. He's touched the block with two hands twice before. Will he do it again against new competitors in Khans and Tommy Smokes? The few remaining, I believe, 12, Jake?
12.
Hoping, I'm sure, that their competitor does not have the violation early. We've seen a violation now in the second match. I believe we didn't see it in the first match, correct?
Not in the first
My memory doesn't serve me well, but then we saw Hard Factor Pat, the Beeve, pull it on the first block of the last match, but it didn't matter as they upset Big Cat and PFT. And PFT now, mic in hand again, thermometer, zoot suit back, now with a bit of a hat. Down on the sidelines, back in his normal duties as a sideline reporter. What are you seeing down there, PFT?
Can't sneak anything past you, Jeff. Just a bit of a hat indeed. I'm down here with Glenny Balls. He's just taped up his left hand. Now, I've noticed he still has a little flipper going, and the flipper is what did him in last time. Glenny, are you thinking that maybe you should get all the fingers taken down? Or are you saving that one just in case you need to show anybody the bird, you know?
Yeah, maybe, but no, man, I think I'm in good shape because now I got my fingers and stuff wrapped up. Whereas last time I just did my wrist, so my hand was kind of free. That no longer can happen, so I can't even really touch a block if I tried now.
The thumb is still notably nowhere near the tape. We'll have to keep a very close eye on that. Glenny has set himself up for a second tape-induced incident here tonight. Let's all pay very close attention. Although I do like the peach shirt.
There's a nice shirt, right?
You guys are definitely best dressed.
Thank you.
All right, I'm Team Unit.
That's what we're going for.
Team Unit. I'm not supposed to be biased, but I'm Team Unit, ride or die.
Team Unit, PFT, yeah, you're not supposed to be biased, but it's hard not to root for Glenny, Jake.
Yeah,
that's my take.
Gotta stay down in the middle. You can root for the Glenny fireworks, which we're all excited to see. But now it is time to begin the third and final match. The order: Khans, Glenny Balls, Tommy, Big Ev, Khans, Glenny Balls, Tommy, Big Ev. Let's start things off with the lone rookie in this match, the 35-year-old from Plainview, New Jersey, Captain Khans.
Another athlete here. Former and current.
Straight out of West Point. Starting things off with the third to top row and a Tillman's crest.
Now, Captain Khans got the nickname Captain because he's just a big fan of Captain Tennille. Owns a lot of their records, vinyl, some of the limited edition presses, 45s, as well as some of the longer LPs. So, huge Captain Tennille fan. Also a big enjoyer of Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch.
Cap in.
Yes.
Captain.
Yeah, common misconception when people call him Captain Khans, they're actually saying Cap'n Khans.
Yeah. CAP apostrophe N. PFT, best in the business.
Yes.
Whoa, a little give there, a little give.
So now Tommy Smokes trying
Whoa, he put it back.
anything to get a win. He is 0-3 in Jenga, 0-4 in Stool Streams, and this man has reached desperation mode.
Well,
He has reached desperation. He had a bit of a confidence on him. I talked to him as a friend earlier, not a broadcaster. Said, "Today's a big day. How you feeling?" I don't think I said either of those things, but I know we had a conversation, and it looked like he was confident. It looked like he was feeling good about today.
Back to Big Ev, who is making his second appearance. He won with Glenny Balls in the longest match ever, 45 blocks, back on September 2nd, and looking for another W today. Glenny Balls 1-1, Big Ev 1-0.
No NBA tonight. I know there's NFL on, but if you want something to watch at halftime, maybe go to Stool Streams on YouTube and watch that match. Hardest I've ever seen PFT laugh when Glenny touched the block with two hands despite one being taped to the side of his body.
Jeff, it was the funniest thing that has ever occurred in the history of the world. And I was just speaking with Glenny a second ago. You can tell that it's weighing on him a little bit. He wants to win. Make no mistake about it. He's pacing around like a caged tiger. He's really trying to kind of get this monkey off his back here, and we're all rooting for him. But first thing, he has to beat himself.
He wants a flawless match, I'd
Clean
imagine.
that up.
He doesn't
Come
want
back,
to.
Balls.
Glenny Balls did say he's expecting a much quicker match as Spider's asking him to clean things up. He told us, Jeff,
Make
that
him
he's
kiss.
expecting
Yep. Beautiful.
quick work, probably in the 30 to 35
brother.
range.
Yeah, and we've seen, honestly, 30 to 35 might be crazy at this point because we've seen this early shot clock has come into play with two very quick matches.
23 and 21, which are the second and third shortest ever. The shortest was 17 back on September 2nd.
Tommy has some sort of like tech shirt on here, like a warm-up shirt for the Yankees.
yeah, I wanted to feel loose.
Yankees
Tech shirt.
winners of 5 in a row.
That's the official name. I think.
Tech shirt. Yep.
Some nice pace to this match so far.
Now, Cons, did you go golfing before you came here, or are you going right after?
Right after. Right after. I wanted to focus on this first.
Captain
Glenny,
Cons
near
trying
mistake.
to keep the speed of this game up.
I don't know if we'll ever be able to get a replay on that just because of the way
Yeah,
where he
just
was.
a
but
reminder,
Glenny
if
did a
that block
bizarre
were to
thing
fall
just
there,
now.
that would be a loss.
Okay.
Great job by Spider there, making sure the rookie knows what's going on here.
And Spider doesn't have to do that. We
Glenny,
explained the rules at the
what's
top of the
your,
broadcast, but
yeah.
he's just being a mensch.
Say mensch?
Yeah, mensch. Like, mensch is like a good person offering your hand.
I only know the mensch on the bench, which was a Shark
Yeah.
Tank product.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who could forget you?
I remember that.
I love your product.
I love your product. Pardon my take. Guest, Barbara Corker.
Great
Dramatics
job.
on that. What is it, like block like 6?
Yeah.
Jeff, you mentioned 12 people left. Got to give them a shout out for making it this far. Ryman 32, Big Skipper, John Durr, Pizza Party, Chris Prime 49, Johnny Moon, Ma Shane, Franny Leiden 2, Elliot 425, and
You just gotta hit
Faye,
from the top three,
Swizzle
right?
Dizzle, and Justin Play Good.
Well, only 14% had Big Cat, and only 14% had, or 13% had Nick. I mean, that if you're here, you're basically it's the underdog day.
Plus, both in
Yeah.
the 0 to 28 range.
Yeah, it's underdog day today in Stool Streams, and it's showing off big.
I think we're going to see that on Mondays. I think that Mondays are going to be an off day.
Yeah.
A lot of people staying up late, maybe indulging in some adult beverages. Definitely off their game a little bit early on in the week.
All right, Jeff, your keys to the match presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer.
Like I said, Khan seems like a big games guy, not really a key to the match. I just had to note that somewhere. And get Tommy, no moans today. I know the moans have been a big trademark thing, but the moans aren't working. Maybe eliminate the moans. And then again, don't touch the block with two hands for Glenny and Big F. That's the biggest. I mean, that's honestly the only thing that's really getting in the way of Glenny.
You feel any pressure to make me come today, boys?
What?
What?
And Tommy's just asking if his opponents are going to make
He's
him.
right in your kitchen. Right in your kitchen. I love it.
Did you say come?
Yeah. Previous opponents have made me come on camera.
Like ejaculate?
Yes, ejaculate semen.
I don't know what just happened.
Good. We're in their heads. We're in their heads.
Tommy does try to play a little psychological game here and there. Hasn't worked again. Oh!
Reverse.
Oh, sorry.
Whoa!
My bad.
The rookie
Whoa.
trying to get
Hey, no worries,
acclimated
no worries.
to Jenga. He did say.
Fancy handwork down here by Cons.
He has not played much.
Yeah, the
Touch
cap
at
and
the top of the tower.
You know, the most stunning thing about Jenga and Stool Streams has been that I've learned that a lot of people that work here haven't played any or much Jenga at all. However, though, as I think about it, I probably played Jenga before this like 10 times in my life.
A few times.
sad to hear.
$20 seconds.
Tommy looking confident today, not worried. Jake, I would love if somebody went to make this a hanging tower. We haven't seen it in at least 5 matches in a row. It's right there for the taking. Those left and right blocks at the bottom.
Tommy with a fancy
Love to
little
see
high
it.
step. Deion Sanders like out of the square of doom there.
We get comparisons a lot.
All right, back to Big Ev.
Naturally.
And we mentioned their chemistry is good. They actually wore Hawaiian shirts together. Big Ev's wearing one. Did you call Glenny's a Hawaiian shirt, or is that a button down?
That's just a short sleeve button. That's not a Hawaiian shirt. I own a shirt very similar to that, though it is a
extremely nice shirt.
Pineapple shirt, very nice. And as a big high noon drinker is Glenny Balls. You see that with his face mask. It matches a high noon. Pineapple high noon is one of the options.
High Noon Hard Seltzer, remember, only 100 calories, gluten-free, and no added sugar. Real added vodka. Real vodka versus malt or fermented sugar.
Essentially brand synergy. And you know when you're the premier player and you're one of the most loved players in this sport, have some brand synergy. And that's what Glenny is doing today.
Jake, how many high noons did you have this weekend? 3, 4 dozen?
About, give or take. But remember, it is September.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Sun sips. Glenny got way more than sun sips this weekend. That's why he is so tan today.
Shaky tower, Glenny. You want to be careful.
You two shut the fuck up.
Uh-oh, Glenny rattled. Glenny rattled already. Here it is, 17 blocks in.
Profanity.
It was inevitable. It was inevitable. Glenny's first attack.
Say profanity. All right.
17 blocks in.
Kids watch.
Glenny
Yeah,
has
seriously.
been he's
family
been
show.
talking like a sailor for the past 12 hours. I heard him threaten to bash Stephen Chase face in with a baseball bat earlier today. He's been telling people to F off left and right. This is new Glenny balls. This is not your mother's balls.
People look for the Mahomes sidearm, a Trout homer, a LeBron chase down. It's the Glenny balls. Shut the fuck up. That's what people look for. That's his trademark move. We got it early. People are fired up now.
Jeff, you mentioned Mike Trout. That's actually who Tommy Smokes compared himself to when we talked to him in our pregame production meeting. He's 0-3 overall.
Because no one recognized him in a mall.
That, and he says it's bad luck. You have Mike Trout not getting pitching. You have DeGrom not getting run support. He just has bad luck. He has great individual feats in this room, but the record doesn't exactly show
Connor,
that.
how do you feel about teaming up with somebody that is so prone to throw their teammates under the bus? Is that concerning to you at all?
No, I like to think I'm enough of a team player that I can bring out the best in anybody.
So you're going to lead him.
I'm going to do my best.
If he doesn't mess up, he won't be
That
thrown
is
under-
the leadership.
I don't throw teammates under the bus until they make me lose.
That is
in
the
Jenga.
leadership you would expect from a captain.
Cap and cons.
Thank you, PFT. Tommy does have an ABM, again, average blocks per match, 38.7, so it's pretty up there with his rookie teammate in Cons.
He again, that's the thing. It's we can sit here and laugh at Tommy's record all we want, but he's been in very tough, close games that have lasted a while. It's just unfortunately sometimes Jenga. There's a point in Jenga where it crosses over from skill into just bad luck when you lose, and Tommy has had a basket full of bad luck.
I mean, look at last week, for example. Chef Donnie looked like the most impressive rookie we've seen, but he just ran out of moves and pulled the losing block.
And I'll tell you what, Jake, this tower already, we're running out of moves on this tower. I know there's a handful left, so it's not close yet, but it's already starting to look bleak for much later in the match.
No fucking reason.
I was like, be patient, Glenn. Be patient.
Here is Big Ev and Glenny getting their teamwork.
Just be patient.
With some
Not a boy.
vocals. Big Ev said, Glenny Balls is just the man. He's a great guy, gives great atmosphere and good energy and great vibes. And that is certainly a key to pulling off another victory for the duo.
Good pull.
Vibes are always a million times better in this room, just with Glenny's presence.
Yep.
It's nice to have you back on the sidelines, too. We like Donnie, but it's not, you seem more comfortable and relaxed right now, PFT.
Glenny is a locker room guy. He turned any room that Glenny's in becomes a locker room.
I appreciate that. Scott.
Big fan of Billy Joel.
Yep.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yep.
Seinfeld.
Yep.
And The Sopranos.
Yep.
Also Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Entourage.
Like them all. Good shows.
Basically, like Glenn likes anything on television.
Good shows.
Yeah, now that you mention it, Captain, I think Glenny's a fan of television.
Good shows.
I walked out of the bullpen today with a high 90s fastball and sharp curve. I'm just blowing through the lineup.
Likes the hospital and Warzone as well.
Yep.
Balls.
I like that.
Known as Angry Balls.
Tommy goes about 30 seconds without getting any shine. He starts to do play-by-play of himself and how great that he's doing.
Tommy, a former broadcaster for Fordham.
Ooh, wow. Wow.
Also for Dave
Tommy.
Portnoy.
Yes, Dave Portnoy.
Don't forget, Dave had a personal play-by-play guy.
Yes.
Which is, when you put it in that context, always funny.
Tommy said he does enjoy the talk side of broadcasting a lot more than the play-by-play side. He said he doesn't enjoy doing prep for broadcasts, which
It is tough.
Which is by far the most important.
I mean,
part.
I don't know if they want to take the shot of the booth, but the prep you put into this is professional broadcasting prep.
It's important.
You got to have. You can't be a broadcaster unless you know your way around some grids.
Right.
In like Word documents and Excel sheets.
Khan's going with that fourth throw. Remember, that is the highest he can go. The rookie keeping that rule in mind.
I think you want to keep it steady.
6 foot, 208-pound, 35-year-old out of Plainview, New Jersey.
Plainfield,
New Jersey.
Correct.
Don't get it twisted.
Term.
Interesting.
Rookie player already. Maybe
Yeah.
listen to the announcers too much. He's going to get called for a retower on that one.
Clean this up. Clean this
That's
up.
a good call by from a mile away.
You saw the
block
near
is
side.
askew.
Don't call me Tony Romo, but I saw that one come from a mile away.
There was about a half an inch
Just pick
hanging
it
off
up
the
and
near
place it a
side.
little
Right now.
closer to the
Should be a rather easy retower, though. No issue here. And credit to Cons. No complaints.
How are you feeling down here, Tommy?
Thank you.
You feel like you're getting the credit you deserve?
Yeah,
Appreciate
so
that,
far,
Mr.
so
Official.
I'd like,
I've noticed that you keep backpedaling the closer I get to you. Am I intimidating you a
we're in a
little bit?
pandemic.
This thing is fucking wobbly.
Woo! Yeah, it is, balls.
I feel like this guy right here might be a little
Oh my
loose.
gosh. This one?
Balls, maybe?
Everything he
Oh,
touches
balls.
falls.
I think his hands were
Maybe
shaking.
give it a, just
Well,
give it a
you mean
I'm like
hands,
very scared
because
right
his
now.
other hand is
Oh,
taped to his side.
His hand was
See on that left
no
side.
rush, be patient, pick your
Man,
spot.
Glennie, be a shame.
Glennie has had a
Power
two-hand
right
violation.
here.
Excuse me, Jeff. Glennie has had 3 two-hand violations in 2 matches, averaging
Yes.
1.5 violations
I'm
per
like
match.
freaking out right now. There's nothing
Look
to
how uncomfortable his left hand looks. The thumb there for wiggle room.
I've noticed that there is some torsion in that left hand. It's almost involuntary at times.
Nice view of Glennie Balls' taped hand. He will not use it with 2 hands today. At least we hope.
That was a scary one. I don't know what happened there.
Here comes into play, though, where he has to move to the other side of the tower because his left hand is not available for a retower if you were to switch hands for the block.
Interesting maneuver here by Glennie Balls. Whoa.
Are we good, Spider?
25 blocks in.
Yeah,
Question
looks
5,
clean.
by the way. We mentioned 12 people left.
Yeah, right.
Glennie was the pick to pull the losing block, 30%. However, it's much tighter top-bottom because you have Cons at 27%, Tommy
Yeah.
22%, and Big Ev 21%. We saw overwhelming numbers in our first 2 matches. Here, a little bit more even.
Yeah, I didn't know how to really, at least in my eyes, analyze who to pick here because, you know, Glennie and Big Ev were great, but are we buying into maybe some Cinderella-type hype? Like, will they hit a wall against a really good player in Tommy? And then you look at Tommy, yeah, might be 0-4, but he's had some great matches, at least here. Cornhole not as much, but in Jenga he's had some great matches. And Khan's is an athlete.
Big Ev back down low. Yes, PFT.
Cons, I get the vibe that you and Tommy, well, you are teammates and you're kind of rooting for each other. At the same time, you guys are both just thinking, as long as I don't pick the last block, we're good. Am I picking up on those vibes correctly?
I think you're looking too much into this.
I don't know. Those are the vibes I'm picking up down here.
Oh.
I would appreciate if you didn't look for more vibes.
Okay, no more vibes.
Huge move from Ev.
Oh,
Nice.
Players respect players.
That was a pull and a half. That was a
Huge move from Ev.
half.
PFT,
That's a nice one.
I think you can confirm it. I'm a little far away here, but one move away from a hanging tower, our first one in 2 weeks.
One move, one block is all it takes for the most exciting 2 words in sports to come out.
Exciting 2 words indeed, PFT.
That was the penultimate block to be pulled to construct the hanging tower.
Who will have the guts to do it, though? That is the question. We have not seen a hanger in quite some time.
Take your time.
I want it. I need it, PFT. I know you do down there as well.
Cons win his first ever match. Still has some cleaning up to do unless
Kiss him,
Spiders-
kiss him,
Yep.
kiss him. Come on.
Jeff, maybe that was me getting ahead of
Try
myself
me.
a little bit too, but it seems
look
like
at
that
this.
far block is a little hanging off
This
the far
could
side.
be a little. I don't know.
Yeah, he did get
Worry
correct.
about
here.
your own
Official, you
blocks.
tell me.
Worry about your own blocks.
And there it is. There it is. We haven't seen many arguments with Spider, but that was one. Khan's not quite understanding what he has to do here to fix it. He's going to say, let's move it on. He does. He cleans it up and moves out.
Go ahead.
What's a hanging tower?
Hanging tower is when, obviously, Jake, the entire tower is leaning on one block. Is he going to do it?
He's going to do it.
Wow.
And there it is. We have to wait until the turn is complete.
This is scary, dude.
Crowd
You got
on
it, Glenn.
the edge of their
You got
seat.
it.
I think we should all say it together. Me, you, and PFT. 1, 2, 3.
Hanging Tower! Wow, this is it. We've been waiting for it for 2 weeks. We got none last week. And even Big Cat didn't do it earlier. That might have been his demise. He probably should have gone with a Hanging Tower. And Glenny and Ev back-to-back moves from them. We finally have one. A Hanging Tower, the entire thing on one block. It's actually a double hanging tower.
Yep.
We have not seen many of those. Crowd on their feet going nuts. They love it at home as well. Amazing stuff from Glenny and Big F, the most electric team in Jenga, hands
Not
down.
only the double hanging tower, the row above them, a split bite. So the bottom 3 rows are out of play. Wow.
This is unreal. Wow. This tower is nuts.
Wow. I want to give a lot of credit to Tommy Smokes for that pull right there. He identified the block. He wasted no time going in for it.
But a terrible retower there, PFT.
Off retower. Just atrocious.
Jeff, it's got to say something about focus levels when you retower the first block of a slate poorly. You have the entire space to work with.
It shows you, like PFT said, he was locked in to pick something quick, but maybe he was too locked in to just get out of the way. He was maybe a little more nervous than he was letting on to.
Retowering just as important as extraction.
He's found it.
We really haven't seen retowering topple anything yet that comes to mind. Some of the practice matches, there's an infamous practice match that I think you can see on YouTube of Nick Durrani knocking over a tower.
Yeah.
I think Billy had one.
Billy too.
Billy probably.
All right, let's pause for a state of the tower presented by Heine and Hard Seltzer. From bottom to top, it's all over the place.
It is all over the place. There's nothing obvious, and of course, a double hanger on a reverse split bice. This thing is not sturdy whatsoever, but that's what you want to see.
In a good way.
The irony, by the way, of this unsturdy tower, the craziest one yet, going past 40 blocks. You can already sense it.
Right. 23 blocks match 1. Third shortest match ever. 21 blocks match 2. Second shortest match ever. And now this one has exceeded both of those by a wide margin.
Massive deep breath from Cons there.
The rookies so far, both won today, Jeff. Big T and Kate over Liz and Nick. Hard Factor, Pat, and Vibs over Big Cat and PFT. So if history repeats himself, Cons will get a win, and Tommy Smokes will get his first win.
The rookie Cons find a way. This thing is wobbly, though.
It is.
Did you just announce or jinx him, Jake?
I was just stating facts. Both rookies today have won.
No,
Can't debate that.
No, actually
You
not.
can't give him a false score.
I couldn't see his elbows blocked and get back in the box.
Spider,
I'm sorry.
I got you.
Tommy not happy with Spider. They know each other really well. Uh-oh, is this
Get me
allowed?
down,
This
get
could
me
be
down.
Kick that table.
Can you see
that could be a
Spider,
fine.
you okay?
Are we allowed to just put our hands in the ref like that?
We did see a player on the Lions get ejected for contact with an official yesterday.
It's a warning.
Whoa, and
Flag
that's a
down.
warning. That's
It is
a
a
warning.
warning.
He did not like being picked up like that.
I wanted to help him see, give him a better vantage.
Hold on, Glenn.
That is a something. I'm not going to call that a warning. I don't know. I still don't know what the flag means
Go ahead.
at all.
I think a lot of it's for show, but
It means
makes
it's a
things more
flag.
exciting.
It's a flag.
Yeah, we've decided the flag is just theatrics more than anything. Correct. Yes. Okay.
All right, now the tower taller than Glenny Balls, the 5'8" 3/4", 303-pounder from Malvern, New York.
Try it. What's the worst that'll happen? It falls?
Caught the train this morning by a hair. Still would have been here, but he caught an earlier
Yes.
train.
Who would have gotten the next one, Jeff?
Says he loves the breeze of the artificial air pumping out of Penn Station when he goes up the escalator.
It is great.
It's great air.
Only human who likes that in the world. I know only New Yorkers are going to get that, but
Is that a joke or is that?
No, it's
he
awesome.
really
dude.
does like it.
When it's a hot day out and you
Imagine
walk
going
right into Penn
into,
Station, you get
into
hit
a
with the
gross
fucking-
train
Air
station.
Yeah, I get it.
For those who don't know New York, Jake, a gross train station, you get off the escalator and it's just hurricane gust of gross air
We're
just
talking
pumps
right
down
now,
on the top
Smokes.
of your head. But Glenny does love
It
it.
is
know what?
honestly the worst air possible.
I'm going to side with
Glenny
Glenny.
probably
It
likes the
feels
misty
good.
water that hits you when you're walking down the
Get in the box,
sidewalk from
get in
air
the box.
You
conditioners.
guys are crazy.
30 seconds to pick a block.
I'm
30
dumbfounded by that
seconds
take.
Pick a block for Glenny Balls. The bottom 3 rows out of play.
This is unfair. We're all laughing now.
Glenny Ball's now
Focus,
blaming
Glenn, you got this.
the comedy
Be careful,
of the
Glenn.
room.
Find your block.
Oh, Big Ev making sure he's locked
20
in.
seconds to pick
Telling
a
him
block.
to find his block.
I'll
the
do
fuck up.
I'll do the officiating, Tommy. Keep your mouth closed.
Fourth row is
Do we
good,
have a timeout?
correct?
Can I use a timeout?
No. Yes.
No,
He
we have
gets
to
one
do it.
timeout.
All right, let me get a timeout.
Time is
Sorry.
out.
They're going to use the
You're
lone
good.
timeout.
I keep
Jeff,
laughing.
let's send it down
It's
the
all right.
stream
No.
inside the huddle,
Regroup.
presented by Heineken Hard Seltzer with Glenny and Big Ev.
Regroup.
There's not many there.
Regroup.
You only
Pick your
have 10
spots.
seconds
We
when
have,
you
we have
resume.
four
Just
rows.
remind me.
4 rows down. Top row. The first row that's eligible.
In the
Give it a little feel. I think that one. I see some wiggle room in there. Pick your spots, make it happen.
Timeout to discuss strategy. I've never seen that before.
Usually they're done as bits. Yeah, usually they're
10.
bits.
Yes.
9, 8.
All right, going with this one.
All right, he's picked a block on that
committed.
fourth row. Highest you can go here in block 33. 30% of the field picking Glenny Balls to pull the losing block.
Slow and steady.
Ev likes the move. He had a great job coaching. The rookie's already a vet.
You try to use your hand to save that.
This is it, Kate.
Glenn, use your hand.
Oh!
He's willing. It's still moving.
The electricity of Glenny Balls returns!
Stop breathing on it.
So much wobbling,
Put it in the middle, Glenn.
but it stays still.
Oh
Put it in
my.
the middle.
It must be the magnetic personality.
What a move from Glenny.
Glenny Balls.
Another look here, Jeff. That one was seesawing back and forth, but stayed up.
Only Glenny Balls. That thing did 360 degrees. It was like a tornado. And he willed it to stay on its feet. Big F saying, don't breathe, Glenn. He stopped breathing. Great timeout. Do not overlook that timeout. They said where to go. Glenny was not looking at that spot. Ev said go 4 rows down, first eligible row. That's what he did. Created a new slate on top. One of the best pulls we've seen. Glenny using witchcraft and wizardry there to make sure that thing stayed up. But Tommy, look at Tommy with a quick pull.
Nice and quick into the square of doom for Tommy Smokes, the 6-footer. 155 pounds of pure muscle, according to him.
He was even stronger last year around this time. Was told to de-strong himself.
Going with that Eastern block. In fact, going back to those left, center,
Great
and
ball.
right averages.
Just a
Jeff,
real solid play, right?
I was actually
Just a real solid play.
interested to find out that
Tommy,
Tommy's
can I
left, middle, and right are all even. 2.7 pulls per match on all 3 columns.
He really is. I'm starting to think that he could be the Mike Trout of this sport.
Now, Tommy, after
Or the pre-Pippen Jordan.
after an electric pull like Glenny's, it seemed to change the dynamic of the game. You went up there confidently, you picked your block, you extracted it and placed it. How were you able to get past those nerves?
Glenny, he can have his laugh. He can have his fun out there, wobbling tower. I'm all business. I'm in it to go pull a tower. I'm not here to waste time.
All
Pull a
business.
block.
All
Yeah.
business, Tommy. All business skeet is
All
what we're calling you
business
because
team.
you're coming all the time down to the
Skeet.
Stool Stream Stadium. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, PFT. Now Big Ev looking to keep his undefeated record alive. And Jeff, entering today, we had 7 players undefeated in Jenga. Well, Big Cat and PFT lost. So there's just 5 players undefeated. Caleb, Jim Florentine, Big Ev, who you see right now, $20 Chef, and KFC.
Ev trying to stay undefeated. But if Cons wins, Cons joins that list.
Of course. So no matter what, we will
15
have
seconds to
someone
pick a block.
part of that list. Either Big Ev will stay
Stay
or
at
Cons will
5.
take
Sorry.
it. Yep.
Excuse me.
Oh, some more wobbleness.
Yeah, it's pulling.
Going with the eastern side. And this is Big Ev's favorite spot. 8 blocks in his last match were pulled on the east side. And none of them on the west side. He's never pulled a western block in his career.
He knows his spots. That thing is leaning hard. Tommy actually called the shot, I think, said it was going to topple. Oh, what a dislodge from Ev.
Some more wobbling, but he
Oh.
got it out. Avoids another disaster.
Tommy to his knees, stunned by that.
Only has 1 place to go. Can Big Ev finish the turn? Still has some work to do up top via the Sky Cam presented by Heineken Hard Seltzer.
Look at that, and he retowered without even needing Spider to tell him to do it. He knew he was going to be asked to retower, so why not just do it in rhythm? Easy stuff there.
Ooh.
Couple
It
of
is
hangers
Captain
down
Crunch
the middle.
time down here, guys.
On the bottom. 4th from Todd. I don't know. We could do a little around.
Only 6 7 possible moves below that 4th row.
And that 4th row, Jeff, the 4th to bottom, I should say, I believe that's the only full slate left in terms of legal rows.
Correct. Yeah, it is. But below the threshold, it is the only full slate.
Full slate, a complete
Hank,
row of 3.
Hank just called you a dummy in my earpiece here, Cons. I'm reporting what's going on in the New York office.
I wonder why.
I said, go for it, dummy.
Yeah. Oh, he finds the east
Oh,
side.
he found the easy one. Glenny knows it, but
Not
he
over
did
yet.
this. I'm not going to say it loud. I'm going to play strategy. He did dislodge something at the top of the tower.
All right.
Will Glenny go for that?
Still a long way to go for Cons. That block about 1/3 of the way out.
Without question, this is the best game of Jenga that we've seen today. The degree of difficulty of the pulls, the height of the tower, the pace of play. This truly is a world-class main event.
Yeah, I think we saw a lot of mistakes deciding matches earlier. These are just well-skilled pulls.
Cons get it out. The toughest pull of his young Jenga career. It's about halfway out. Tower continues to move. Slowly but surely, it's out. And he has an empty slate to work with up top.
He was seeing if the block would stay level the entire time, trying to keep it level, that is, excuse me, and he succeeds.
Excellent job.
Let's go!
Wow. Wow. By scared balls to death. He scared Glenny. I'm sure we'll get a replay on that one. Glenny Balls, known to get scared by almost everything in the world. Did not like that let's go from Captain. Here it was. Let's go. Glenny scared out of the camera shot. He did not like that. He was going to find a block, immediately pulled back, had to reset.
Jeff, you ever been to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal? I think Glenny was just walking through a scare zone and he just got...
Glenny, yeah, like he's in a haunted house. Again,
Yeah.
very easily scared. Scary Balls is his other nickname, a man of many nicknames.
Glenny losing confidence.
Did he say this is it, or was that Tommy?
That was Glenny.
Okay. Glenny not feeling confident.
37 blocks deep, the longest match today. Last week, our matches were 42, 39, 39. Today, 23, 21, TBD.
This one's a little looser than I think he thought it might be. He may have found it.
And remember, Jeff, if you didn't win today, no problem. We have another broadcast coming on Thursday. It's the return of Cornhole here inside the Triple S.
Rico
Bosco making his debut.
Making, I would say, his face debut outside of picks related.
Right.
My fingers are not long enough for this shit.
A lot of type
Take your
around
time.
issues.
Take your time, Glenn. You got
He's
it.
right. His
You got it.
Glenny's index finger is remarkably short.
And you know when Big Ev is calling his partner just Glenn, you know it means business.
Yeah, Glenny is for fun. Glenn is for winning.
His hands are shaking out here, Jack.
Can you stop, please?
Glenn, focus.
Glenny almost cried just now.
Glenn, focus. Be careful.
He is
Continuing to shake.
so much.
This would create a triple hanger. It's out.
What a play by
Which
Glenn.
side will he go with?
You gotta go with the left side because that is not his fault.
Right.
As
That
a,
block is the
Perhaps
fault
an
of
officiating
the
miscue.
gods.
Not that Spider's ever done anything wrong.
Oh!
It's still there.
No way!
That's good.
It's good.
He's on the
Spider
block.
said
It's
it.
good.
Really?
It's good.
It's your
Khan's
fault.
is angry,
It's your
but
fault.
Khan's,
It's your fault, man.
it was Khan's fault.
Right.
That the block is where it is, and now Tommy's going to have to deal with that on the retower, and we see it leaning the other side. This is going to be very tough for Smokes to avoid staying over.
A loss here, Tommy would be the worst Jenga player in Stool Stream's history.
That's not accurate.
He would move to 0-5 overall, 0-4 in Jenga.
That's terrible.
That's really bad.
He would join Mike Trout.
Tommy would have lost during more than half of every broadcast.
Tommy 0-3, Trent and Rhea 0-3 as well. However, Tommy is 0-4 in this room with a cornhole loss to Big Cat. So an 0-4 Jenga record and an 0-5 overall is what's staring him in the face right now.
Now, normally, Jake, I would say the tower leaning the other way is fine because you have to balance the tower out with your block, but he may have to move the middle one. Showing his skills, though. Great start.
Remember, he saved the tower before. It's legal to save the tower as long as you're losing one hand.
My word.
And he got it.
What a job by Tommy Smokes.
Another look coming here, Jeff.
As good as it gets
Facing
right there.
disaster in the face. But he survives for now.
Yeah, that was one of the toughest retowers I've ever seen in Jenga, Jake, because, again, usually if this is a situation where the tower's leaning the opposite way, you putting the block on there balances it out. But he had to also adjust the middle block, so he was going to make the balance of the tower even worse. He managed to keep it steady, keep it stable, moves on, all on Big F now.
Will we enter the 40 block range? It's important to note both of Glenny Balls' matches have gone at least 40. His debut where he got DQ'd, 40 blocks. His last match where he won was the longest match ever in 45. A Big F successful move here will put this one at 40.
He might have found something here, guys. I thought he was fucked.
What are you seeing?
F, but he looks like he has.
He extracted it. The brick is out. He put that brick in your face. What you gonna do with it? Stitches, 2006.
Has a full slate to work with. And he goes down the middle.
Out of the box, good job. Again.
Back to the rookie.
Aggressive poker.
This poke business is. It's one thing to do it in the first 20 blocks, another thing entirely with towers.
Every poke that tower tilts PFT. Is it tilting even more down there than it is up here for us?
Yeah, down here it's tilting more for sure.
Going with that 5th row, a full slate right now. This would create a Tittleman's crest late in the match, 40 blocks deep.
I'm surprised he's not going the other way. The tower is tilting.
Captain just poking away. Make it happen with the captain.
Chiseling.
The poking is just
super gentle.
It's like you're throwing pebbles at a beehive. This thing is just getting more angry by the second.
Tower is speaking right now.
Not many rookies left in Stool streams. Khan's trying to make an impactful debut.
PFT, I believe it's called a crying tower, a tower that wants to fall.
Whatever the opposite of ASMR is, that's the sound that happens when Khan's pokes at this thing right now. This butthole instantly.
The crunch of the AstroTurf.
Some more wobbling.
Let me show some voices back here.
I'm doing some sort of Fat Albert voice. It's interesting.
It's a good voice.
The longest turn of the match. He steps back, tries to regather himself. The brick about quarter of the way out.
Gee whiz. It stopped though. I don't think that thing is moving anymore. Big F trying to will this thing over.
Some more momentum. Remember, Jeff, the inexperience could be a big factor here.
I just don't know how he's
He's going the other way.
That's the smart move.
He's
That's
going
what I
the
was
other
thinking
way.
he would do.
He reversed fields. No one saw it coming down here.
Not over yet.
I was wondering why he wasn't doing that initially, because the tower was tilting the way he was poking, which is just a recipe for disaster. What a move by Khans.
Can he retower?
Kiss him.
I don't know
Kiss
about
him.
that.
Yeah, he was going to call that.
That's
from the
not a
get-go.
mystery. No
This
suspense
tower
there.
sucks. This tower sucks ass right now. I would not want to be anywhere near it if I was a player.
The rookie acting like a veteran on that move.
Oh my goodness. One of the craftiest plays we've ever seen. We had noted it was weird that he was poking with the way the tower was falling, because that just, it's again a recipe to knock it over. He reverses course last second and makes it easy.
Back
Who steps up
to
the plate?
Glenny Balls.
Hollywood would not write a script like this. Hollywood would tell you, get the fuck out of my office. There's no chance this happens, you fucking asshole. Why are you bringing this shitty script to me?
Glenny said
This is real life.
he would want to be played by Ray Liotta in a movie.
Oh, some more twisting. As Glenny, far from a rookie, still getting distracted by the broadcasters.
I think he's trying to get the tower stable. If not, he's trying to pull an impossible block.
60 seconds to pick a block, Glenner.
The hands are more stable than they were a couple turns ago.
Shut up.
Glenny getting angry.
Play your game, Glenn.
There's no move here.
Another
Yes, there
Glenn
is.
chant.
Fuck.
Look down. Look down, Mark. Look down where the top is wild.
45 seconds to select that block.
You're fine. You're fine, Glenn.
Nice overhead shot here in the tower.
I think you might have.
Tommy Cons with
If
identical
you can get
poses.
any wiggle on one of those three, I think that might be the
Open for a
play.
Jenga.
The left hand is starting to involuntarily try to escape the tape.
That would be a disaster.
30 seconds to pick a
He's
block.
moved it several times recently.
If it's not there, don't get. We got to make it. Oh, there we go, Glenn.
No, this is good.
He got
Be
one on
careful.
the west side.
Just keep it stable.
And there it is, those 3 blocks at the bottom.
Coming out on the west side.
15 seconds.
I picked the block.
The block you pick.
Pick the block. The timer stops.
Be careful, Glenn.
Turning it counterclockwise.
Watch out.
That's called the wrench. That's called wrenching a block. Back and
There
forth.
we go.
Staring
There we
towards
go.
the
There
top.
we go.
It's out.
Great
Only
wrench
one
by
spot
Glenny.
to go for Glenny Balls.
Really tall.
Oh, his thumb.
Oh.
His thumb almost got in the middle of those 2 blocks and knocked it over.
Balance might be an issue here. When you have one hand that's taped to your side, it throws off the equilibrium just a tad.
Is that okay, Spider?
Little more, little more, little more. Kiss him.
More.
I don't know how to say push it in just a
Spider
little
gonna
more.
inspect with the apple box.
Legal. Podium is legal. You may use props to elevate yourself.
Just on the other side. On the other side.
Yep, a little bit on that side. You're good. That's good.
Is that good?
You're good.
Okay.
It's good. Big move from Glenny Balls.
Wow.
And we're 41 blocks deep.
You just
We are all
have
witnesses.
to think people are going nuts at home right now.
We are all witnesses.
Balls bringing more electric moments than we could ever ask for. Ooh, I guess that would be the 3rd row. Can't do that.
Tommy going with the 4th right now. Stabilizing again. That is legal as long as you're using one
60
hand.
seconds
Great
to pick a
stabilizer
block,
is Tommy.
Terry.
Is that his new nickname, do we think? The Stabilizer?
Might
Sounds
call
like a
him- sounds
wrestler.
like a bad TNT drama.
Yeah.
Stabilizer airs after Rizzoli and Isles.
45
I love those
seconds.
true TV shows after March Madness.
Yes. The Carbonaro effect. And Impractical Joker is the funniest show on television, according to PFT.
Alright, Tommy going down low. The same row that Glenny
Easy
just
find,
went at.
Easy find.
Now just 30 seconds.
30 seconds to pick a block, but he seems like he's picked one.
He'll have to wrench it as well, it seems. Not quite as easy.
20 seconds.
It's out.
Focus on Tommy's face.
Full slate to work with. Goes quickly on the retower.
No, no way.
Whoa!
Spider saying that is way too diagonal. Nice look at our sky gam here. Can't disagree with that.
He's
In
gonna
the
get called
middle,
on that
in
again.
the middle,
Yeah.
it's still way too far. That's good. That's good.
Glenny said it looks fine. Big Ev is like, get out of here.
All right.
Let him
pretty, that
retower.
is pretty diagonal.
Now the pressure on Big Ev. And Jeff,
That's
with
good.
the
Let's
turn
go,
there, that really, really limits your moves. I think the bottom half of the tower is out of play here. You have hangers and split bices the whole bottom half.
25 rows. The first 25 rows from the bottom have 0 moves remaining.
I believe there's 3 rows you can work with here.
You get the 4th row, the 6th row, and the 7th row. Tommy not happy.
Right.
We're pointing those out. That's simple eyes. Just looking. Good find.
Oh!
Tommy
Big
was ready
Ev
to
locking
celebrate.
in! Will it be enough?
Oh!
If he can keep this thing up, this will be one of the all-time
This would
polls.
be an unreal save for Big Ev. Turning
think it's
counterclockwise. Trying to move the weight of the tower. Shuffling to his right.
There's just no chance.
And Tommy smoked
Let's go!
match and Pons on top as a rookie. And Jeff, another weird sound from Tommy.
Oh, one of the strangest noises I've ever seen anyone make. Here is what it looked like as a tower fell. Tommy as excited as anyone I've ever seen. And the tribe has finally spoken in the right direction for Tommy. There's your Survivor reference, Jake.
Yep.
Tommy lets out 2 screams. He lost his voice on just 1 scream. And Tommy avoids going 0-5. We have to be impartial, but you got to be a little happy for Tommy. But once again, if Glenny Balls and Big Ev are in it, you're going to get an amazing match. What a day. What a day for Stool Streams, Jake.
An unreal finale, and we're going to send it down the stream in the loser circle, PFT with Glenny and Big Ed.
And Glenny is he's extracting the tape. The tape did its job today. I think you did a better job with that than last time. Was there any discomfort, especially as the tower got taller, to try to maintain your balance using only one hand? You were kind of stuck in the I am a teapot stance. Could not move that left hand. Was that a factor at all?
Not much of a factor. It's definitely more of a factor when you're trying to put the stuff on top. You know, when you got to place it. What is that called? Yeah, because your balance is off.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. It was whatever. It was a good day.
And Ev, on that last pull that you had, it looked like you got a raw deal on the tower. Was there any possible combination of blocks that you could have pulled out to make it not fall off?
I don't think so. I was going for I wanted the last block that Tommy pulled. It was definitely more stable on the bottom. It was tough.
Glenny is removing the tape like a belt, but pulling it down.
That's exactly what we do. That's fucking works.
I thought his pants were. I actually thought his pants were coming off for a second there.
Glenny is free of the tape. Our long national nightmare is over. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you so much, Mr. Commentator, and our losers. And Jeff, an important update from the Play Barstool app. We have a rollover. No winners. We had 3 or 4 people go 5 of 6.
I should be cheering for a winner, but come on. Who doesn't like you gotta love the rollover for the rest of the week.
And we do have an 0 for 6 winner for the $50 Barstool card. Congrats to Twiggy, TWIGGY. You are getting $50 to the store. Before we close up, back down the stream one last time to Mr. Commenter with the winners.
Tommy Smokes, the winners today, they emerged victorious. But I have to imagine that it was not an easy win. There were probably all sorts of thoughts you guys had. Maybe you weren't going to pull this one out. What was the difference maker for you guys?
I had a great teammate today. Cons was unbelievable. This is, Jordan after his first Bulls title. This is LeBron after his first title. I finally surrounded myself with people worthy of my talents, and it feels great to finally get the recognition I deserve as a hell of a Jenga player.
Yeah, I mean, everyone wanted to talk about Tommy losing all those games, but I took that the other way, and I saw that as Tommy having a lot of experience, and he was able to impart a lot of wisdom on me prior to the game, and you saw the end result. Great competitors, though.
He was due. Tommy was due today.
Yeah.
Hungry.
You see it before your very eyes. Tommy Smokes has become Tom Us Smokes. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, PFT. Jeff, again, we're down the middle. You got to feel good for him.
Yeah, and Mike Trout stands alone now. Trout is sitting on his cliff house, the big cliffside house in wherever in Orange County, upset because Tommy leaves his company. Tommy finally grabs that win, the best player we've seen to not win yet. He's found his Pippen and Captain Cons. Will we break him up, though?
Remember, we have the selection shows every week. If
you're
on a winning streak, you are automatically grandfathered in with your partner if you choose to return. So on our next selection show, if one of their balls gets picked, they will be running it back as winners. That's what we saw.
Not as partner for life. Not as partner for life, but
until they lose.
Could the streak keep up? You are happy for Tommy, but again, even though he won, people are talking about balls and Big F.
So, with no progressive jackpot winner today, it rolls over to Thursday. $1,000 on the line for Cornhole. And, Jeff, the slate
better than that.
Is unreal. The Wonton Don versus Rico Bosco.
What a way to open up.
Smitty versus Brandon Walker.
They hate each other.
Hubs versus Robbie Fox.
They don't hate each other, but that's a great matchup as well. The middle match, I mean, they really despise each other. So it's going to get heated. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get personal real quick.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
And Rico Bosco.
Yeah.
Can't get better than that. Unless maybe you win $25,000 tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
13 of you, good luck.
Could get better.
Pick the exact score. $25K is coming your way. And you can win a K on Cornhole on Thursday. That'll do it for our broadcast today. Special shout out to everybody in the production truck, our producer Hank, as well as Colby, Andrew, Stefan, and Steve, our sideline reporter, Mr. Commenter, and my broadcast partner, Jeff
Well, I got the tape.
And I'm Jake Morris, signing off from Stool Stream Stadium, presented by Heineken Hard Seltzer. Great 3 Jenga matches today. We'll see you again on Thursday.
What?